You are tuned to Channel 90 WMK TV, Palmetto Valley, Royale, Valhallaburg, Pacifica City. Thank y'all, everybody. Thank y'all so much for being here today. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are. My name is Makini, 90 Arts German and illustrator, and welcome you back to the greatest Sunday afternoon art show on YouTube, Makini Live. Of course, this is where, for those who are brand new here, this is our show here. This is the main course of the Makini Draws channel. This is where we have fun with friends, we goof around, and we get to spice up your Sunday afternoon with some great art and a lot of fun. So, of course, I don't do these shows alone. So let's go ahead and bring in our co-host, Matt's Mama Bear and Bruce Lombardo. Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all.
Hey, Mads. Hey, Mac. How you guys doing today?
Doing good. How's y'all Sunday, man?
Whew.
Go ahead. All right, now you can go ahead. I think at this point, Mads is just gonna start talking until everybody stops clapping.
Well, I'm unmuted.
Mads waits for applause.
It's good manners.
Okay,
even if the applause are digital, it's still good manners.
It's still good manners. There you go. Let's go. Live studio audience, baby. Even though it's digital.
I mean, you have
to be analog.
You have to consider it nowadays in this day and age. With Sky not taking over everything.
That's true. That is.
Kiss up to our future overlords.
Exactly. By the way, I want to say, and Bruce, how are you doing? How are you doing this week?
Really good today.
How's this past week been?
100 degree days.
I've been feeling that too. Not exactly 100, but close to 90.
No, it's over 100. Been like that for 3 weeks. We're supposed to get a thunderstorm today, and it'll bounce back up to 102 tomorrow.
The funny thing is, our boy Snowdub, because he lives in Arizona, is in Phoenix, and whenever they get
that's different.
When they get a monsoon, but whenever they get a monsoon, that whatever that 100 or so drops down to 75 degrees, and then switch back to 100 once the monsoon is over.
Yeah.
And also, you guys are gonna love this. So, this past week, one of the biggest tourist hotspots right now is Death Valley.
Why?
Because
I don't know, Mads.
Temperatures have hit 130 in Death Valley.
Okay, I repeat my question.
People see this as a tourist spot. There have been talks all over the news that it's hit record temperatures of 130 degrees. Not only that, but I think it broke its record last week at midnight. At midnight, it was like 130 or so. But there have been talk. Look it up. There has been a lot of talk about that apparently because it's breaking records. So it's. If you're in Death Valley, you probably want to leave now.
I really think this is part of that agenda thing where they make a news story just to see how many dumb people go follow it.
No.
It's a tourist trap. It's a tourist destination. So everybody, there have been photos. No, I'm serious.
No, I you guys know me. I have to translate the temperature so I can understand what the fluff you guys talking about.
So 130 degrees Fahrenheit is like
54 to me.
Celsius.
No.
That is the loudest I've ever heard you, Mads.
Yeah, I don't even think she gets that loud with a bonus hole. Oh.
Spoilers.
Hey, phrasing!
I had to use it in one joke today. It's part of the contract.
You don't get to use that, okay? You don't get to reuse.
I saw last week that some woman in Houston, Texas, baked a loaf of bread in her mailbox. No.
So that's how hot it is. Exactly.
This is and these guys are trying to get me down there. I would melt. You would have a real life reenaction of what happened to the Wicked Witch of the West in Wizard of Oz.
What are you talking about?
I would be melting into a little puddle going, I'm melting. What a world.
You do that all the time when I turn my face cam on, Mads.
Different kind of melting.
MamaBear would be like, melt in your mouth, not in your hands.
Oh, thinking of, you need to go see the comment that I left on Snowdub channel.
Oh, really?
Yes, you do.
No. Was it last
Yes, you
night? So you did watch Cotton Council?
I did join the replay crew.
I'm afraid. Okay.
And
I'm gonna check right now.
Because I completely forgot. If you'd sent the link, I totally would have been hanging out there because I was completely bored. I had nothing to watch.
I put it. I let you guys know in the chat.
I didn't see it.
On in the CSF Nation chat on like Thursday that I wasn't going to be able to be there.
Yeah, I'm talking the day of. Yeah, hey, I'm going live here.
Okay.
I completely forgot.
Good point.
Because soon as they were talking about how they were going to eat you, I would have been right out there and like, hey, get in line.
Well, there was a lot of people. Apparently Pero, I think Pero's got a beef with me now.
Pero has a beef with everybody.
I know. See, what happened was that we got what happened was that I got him to do some recording and he thought that it was part of a contract, and so no, there was no contract.
Yeah.
There was no contract here. I'm just asking you to do some voiceovers. That's it. So he's mad at me for that.
Yeah, no, he has a beef with everybody.
He doesn't want the Antifa Pero we don't want the Antifa Pero sponsorship. Sorry, no. Pero, not gonna happen. So if you're watching, but yeah, someone sent a huge thank you to Snowdub and the entire Cotton Connection crew. That was so much fun being on there last night, and especially got to hang out with my bro Ords, who is just back and up and running. He's got some big stuff going on at his channel as well, so definitely check that out when you got it, guys, when you can. Also, on top of that, we are officially on Rumble, guys. This is our first live stream on Rumble, so I put the tweet in the pinned comment at the top of the chat, guys. If you guys want to watch over on Rumble, please do so. We got 4 people watching on Rumble with a total of 4 people watching here, so we got about 8 people watching between both YouTube and Rumble, so I'm happy to see that. I want to say hi to everybody, and I know Rumble doesn't have that many people. Nobody really comments on the Rumble chats, but to the people who are watching on Rumble, hello. I hope you guys enjoy the hilarity and just the artistry that we do here on Makini Live. So speaking of the word artistry, what are we drawing today?
Sexy dames and lots of them.
We're drawing gingers and lots of them. How about that? Let's blow this up. Let me blow this up. So, okay. Who is this? This is Wendy Carteroy from Gravity Falls.
Okay. New show?
No,
not really.
Cartoon. Very old cartoon. This is mine. Already you can definitely see that there is a slight change in style.
100%. That's fine.
No, I've been working on this since Friday. Mainly because what we're going to be doing, and I'm going to show you guys a little bit later. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be working on step by step using a tutorial that I actually discovered last week, and I've been very excited about. You probably saw Sean's comment in the CSF Nation chat. You saw Riot Kitties liking both of them. I am very happy to share this, and I'll probably just share this as well. We'll probably get into it. We'll definitely get into it later. However, with the tutorial, I've been working on it step by step. So just trying to get that, trying to do it in the proper way. And I'm really excited to really study into this. So and also I'm going to put this to everybody who wants to see the tutorial themselves. I am putting a link in the chat. This is the original tweet. I discovered this on Friday, and I've been just like head over heels about it. So I am very excited to just really get into this today, to completely really get into this right now. So thank you all so much for being here. But yeah, that is what we're going to be working on today. So, and we got a lot to talk about today as well. So hopefully you guys will be interested. Hopefully you guys will hopefully there'll be a lot for you guys to sink your teeth into throughout today's show. We're going to try to cap this out at least 3 hours. Cap this out at least at 3 hours. Just by the way, on the Wendy piece, I'm about 8 hours in so far. About 8 hours in, and I got a lot done this morning alone. So there's going to be a lot more to get into, and we're going to work on step by step as we go into the different topics today. So guys, if you guys are watching on YouTube, please step on that like button, share the stream out. You guys brand new, hit that subscribe button, and of course, if you guys want to support me further and get access to exclusive art drops that you guys won't find anywhere else, such as this Wendy piece that I'm working on, you guys can join and become a channel member at the CSF. You can just join the channel member for as low as $1 a month. Join CSF Nation today. If you guys are on Rumble, we got 4 people watching. Hit that like button. Hit that follow button. I'm going to try to get to 10 followers on Rumble so I can actually start monetizing the crap out of these videos. And yeah, and apparently there is a subscription service too as well. So if you guys want to hit that subscribe button and hit the subscribe button, help further support, what we'll do is to anybody who subscribes to me on Rumble, you guys will get the same, you guys will be a part of the same CSF Nation program that we do here on YouTube. You guys will be getting access to exclusive art drops as well. So if you guys want to do the same over on Rumble as you are on YouTube, definitely hit that subscribe button and just hit that follow button. Let's see if we can get to 10 followers real soon so I can start monetizing on Rumble. So, and on top of that, there'll be definitely be more ventures out very soon, just because, you know, the old saying, you don't put all your eggs in one basket. And shit, I'm just enjoying my time here on YouTube as much as I can, because it seems like everybody else, because it seems that a lot of people around me are getting hit with that reused content left and right, up and down all over the place, and you know, just enjoying the monetization when I can. So it might happen, it might affect me too. But in case if it does, I am looking to expand out, and we'll get more into the details of that later on in the show. But speaking of which, let's go ahead and say hello to everybody who is in the chat right now. Thank you all so much for being here, guys. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Why you guys are watching this on YouTube or on Rumble, doesn't matter. Thank you all, everybody, for being here. So first up, we got, of course, I gotta say that. Of course, we got, yes, if you guys are watching on Rumble, there's a link there if you guys want to watch from there. I know some people probably just watch both on both channels. Doesn't matter. Anyway. Yes, we're running a bit late. There's no Makini MILFs, Matt. So stop it. Stop it. Okay. Stop it. All right. And yes, apologies for being late. Yes, everything's good on Rumble. Thank you, Bruce. Thank you, Bruce. Rocky, good to see you, my friend. Eli, good to see you, my friend. Okay. And then we got Johnny JP7, who is a channel member. Afternoon, ladies and gents. I don't have much time as the resident Mortal Kombat nerd. I want to say that Tanya's design ain't it because she's black, because it doesn't feel like Tanya. We're gonna get into that, and we got a lot of stuff to really talk about that I'm gonna try to weave in all together. Try to weave in all together so that way, you know, it can be a little more coherent, and we're just not just jump from topic to topic. However, I do want to share out, and I see Claude Sterling, 54. What kind of hellgate is that? What?
54 Celsius.
54 degrees Celsius. Yeah, it's.
He has it right. What sort of hellgate is that?
Yeah. I'm guessing he's more on my side of the temperature
Fahrenheit.
world.
Yeah.
Where he speaks Celsius.
Yeah.
Because he understood exactly what I said.
Yeah, we're on Fahrenheit right now here. So
yeah.
Anyway.
Americans are the only ones that do Fahrenheit.
Listen, we like freedom fractions and not metric.
Yeah, that's what we like. That's why we use miles per hour instead of kilometers, like you Europeans.
You try saying that as an insult. I actually am half European.
There you go. Anyway, we got in super
there's
chat.
a lot of things wrong about you, Mads, but we won't hold it against you today.
We got one of those Snowed Up live. Then for the $5 super chat, thank you, Snowed Up. Sorry about last night, Matt. Make sure to build me that therapy bill. I will definitely do so. And unfortunately, I still have no Street Fighter clips. I am so sorry, guys. I don't know what's bringing you. I don't know what to give you. I'm sorry. Shut up.
I want to see Jury.
Shut up. We'll get into it this week. Okay, shut up. But thank you, Snowdub, for the $5 super chat. I really appreciate it, my friend. And guys, if you guys didn't subscribe to Snowdub Live, not only Snowdub Live, but his main channel, Snowdub, that was so much fun, guys, last night. If you guys have not checked out last night's show, that was just an absolute blast.
Mhm.
Jolly almost tried to break me the same way that Mike Roch did on Loki's show 2 weeks ago.
Who?
Mr. Cool, sweetie.
Remember that clip I showed you on last Sunday's Makini
Mhm.
Live? You don't remember, do you?
That should be a clip that you actually have in your roster for like a $10
Snowdub has that clip on his roster, by the way. So Snow, thank you so much, brother. You Jolly almost tried to break me last night. Almost, but no.
Did Jolly pop on? Because I only saw Mr. Cool.
No, so Jolly. Yeah, it was later on.
I haven't gotten that
You
far.
didn't catch the whole thing, did you?
If I don't catch it live, I have to watch. I have to do replay in bouts.
Okay, yeah, catch it in bouts. Okay, because Jolly showed up, or showed up the entire Continent Connection crew showed up, especially at the very end, where Snow. Can you let Peril know that his recording was not that was not a contract. We were just doing recordings. That's it. Okay, because I know he's probably mad at me for that. Even though he's probably mad at everybody for that, okay? So just want to say. And we got 5 people watching here. So we got over 13. So we got about 12, 13. John comes in later. Miss Cool Star Show, exactly. So we got about 12, 13 people watching total between YouTube and Rumble. That is awesome. That is absolutely awesome. So, all right.
Yeah, I'll get to the rest of it.
Okay, so where should we begin? Should I guess we should go into let's get I'm feeling a little pink today. I'm feeling a little plastic. I don't know. Do you guys feel plastic?
You want to party?
Kinda. Isn't that what we do here? Isn't our show basically a party?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Well, El Perro said, "Join the Antifa Chihuahua gang, and he will consider it." No, absolutely not. Sorry. We're not. That is not our sponsors here, Makini Live. Okay.
What do they do? Like set fire to bags of Meow Mix? Sit around drinking bad beer all day and reminisce. Remember when we were on Taco Bell, let's say?
Well, to be fair, that gang is going after Mike all the time. So
No.
you mess with Mike, you mess with me, Perro. Okay.
Yeah, don't ask them about what the Taco Bell secret sauce is.
Exactly. You're gonna be jumping out of a window if you find out what that secret sauce is. Anyway, guys.
We used to rule the commercial breaks, essay.
So this has been a very interesting thing in Hollywood, hasn't it? This has been a very interesting summer blockbuster, hasn't it?
It is.
It is. Between Mission Impossible, between all of the blunders that DC is going through. By the way, Blue Beetle is probably going to be the 4th DC film to bomb this summer.
Probably.
Okay, guaranteed.
Yeah. You guys know me. That I am one of the biggest hopefuls kicking around for DC. Blue Beetle has no chance. James Gunn might as well have stomped on that thing as soon as he said he was rebooting. What kind of moron turns around and does that too? We have 4 movies coming out, but we're going to reboot anyway, so there's no point in watching these.
There's no point. Nothing matters.
But we'll go watch our movies. Why?
It's not going to matter in the end.
And then they put out a trailer with somebody in the movie calling Batman a fascist.
Yeah, that was George Lopez. I'm like,
Good
the
thinking.
The hell?
You got one of the most beloved characters in your franchise, and you're going to insult him in your first trailer. Good job.
This came from George Lopez of all people.
I think James Gunn is just like the poison pill for a franchise.
I think
and I'm going to say a hot take. I watched the Guardians of the Galaxy Part 3 this week, and I need to finish watching it because I fell asleep.
It works so well for the Flash, exactly. Oh, let me share my screen. Sorry about that. Let me share my screen now. But, despite, the Mission Impossibles, the Sounds of Freedom, which people are still going after, and it's I just want to let people know real quick. That film is doing very well. So you could try to throw your QAnon conspiracies all you want. It's not working. Sorry.
I think it's great. I really do. We have this
movie
that's
the one thing you can.
Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I'll let Bruce finish. No, I was just saying that's the one thing that you can guarantee with certain actors. They're going to bring in an audience, particularly if it's a franchise that people love to see them in. Tom Cruise in the Mission Impossible, Keanu Reeves in just about anything. I mean, John Wick. Constantine 2, so excited for that.
There we go.
Jason Momoa in pretty much anything.
Exactly.
He's catnip. Come on.
You mentioned that before.
Well, you guys are laughing, but you're not arguing with me. You know I'm right. He's catnip.
No, because you said no. That's why we didn't argue with you.
We take our wives to those shows, okay?
Now we have to throw
even knowing that he considers Taika Waititi a homie. I still don't.
Yeah, that's the. I guess I'll stop watching Jason Momoa films in the theaters now. I'm done.
Call him a homie.
You're off the fucking island, Jason. Sorry,
just anyone out there who had the powers that be, just keep Waititi away from DC, please. He was in one DC movie and it tanked.
Look, he's gonna do anything
let's
better.
not give him power.
He's gonna make it any better. Come on now, man. Come on.
Yeah, let's not give him control over a movie in DC.
Worse. Come on.
What Taika Waititi? What movie was he in?
The Green Lantern. Okay, he didn't even have power over that movie, and it still tanked.
I just have to say that as much as that movie wasn't that fantastic, it was still not a bad version of the Green Lantern. I come from the 1970s, and Roger Corman used to make Spider-Man films.
Don't get me wrong. Green Lantern, it is one of those guilty pleasures of mine. I do enjoy it. Ryan Reynolds was a wonderful Hal Jordan. And, of course, you had Michael Clark Duncan as Kilowog. That you can have a better casting than that. Mark Strong. Again, a lot of wonderful casts. It's just it had some flaws, and
the direction, the cast was great. The direction was bad. The script was bad. Costuming was good.
Script could use some polishing.
Polishing.
Like we're just not.
What do you mean? Give it new leather and then make it sell for retail. That'd be great. But that movie has a lot of problems. I think it's still a fun movie to watch.
I've watched it a dozen times. I thoroughly enjoy it.
Guys,
sorry.
Can we continue on with what I was trying to introduce here?
Sorry, weapon of mass distraction. That's why you love me.
I can barely hear Makini.
What do you mean you can barely hear me?
Now you're speaking to the microphone.
Okay, how about now, motherfucker?
Now you're actually talking to your microphone.
Okay, how about now?
You know when you cuss, it's kind of like when Morgan Freeman cusses. It's so rare, it's kind of epic.
It's cute.
That's my main reason for watching Wanted most of the time is just to see Morgan Freeman going, "No, kill this motherfucker."
Okay, how about now, Bruce? Can you hear me now? In stereo. How about now?
Better.
Can you hear me now?
I'm gonna put this shit right now. What you see is what you get, y'all. This is what you get. Anyway,
I gotta turn the light on. Give me a sec.
No, but what I want to bring up is a specific film based on a specific toy line that apparently is doing well, doing pretty well, and from what I've been looking into, is unironic in kind of how it displays its message. And that film is Barbie. Okay, so I assume that this is probably going to be something that me and Mads are going to be only one taking into here because, you know,
Bruce is a closet Barbie fan, and we'll let him stay in the closet about it.
I was playing D&D yesterday. I was
not
around
a girl. Bruce is not a girly man. I get that.
I look at Ryan Reynolds' costume on this film, and I'm like, yeah, no.
And that kind of tells you everything about it. It's Ryan Gosling.
I love Ryan Gosling, so.
I don't care if they make Barbie tarted up like a female. Like, you know, she's supposed to be in pink and supposed to be pretty and supposed to have like everything right. But you look at the male leads, and like Ryan looks like he's so starved for attention, and like, you know, give him a hug, Barbie. Just put him under your titty. And the first trailer I saw, he looked so needy.
That's the thing, Bruce. It's all plastic, though. It's all plastic, though.
I mean, I actually like the fact that they make Ken look a little starved for attention because it is hard finding Ken stuff. I actually do have a couple Ken dolls, and finding like clothing packs for them.
You know what, Johnny? Shut up.
You know, finding clothing packs or anything for just for the Ken is damn near impossible. I'm actually going to have to hit up Etsy or make my own.
Now, one thing I do want now, before we get into it, I know I have not seen the film, and I probably have no interest in it, but I find the discussion very interesting around it. And second thing is, no, I did not grow up playing with Barbies at all.
I still do.
That's 90s. Of course, for me as a boy, I grew up with playing with Hot Wheels. Hence why I became the person I am right now.
If you talk anymore, I'm going to ask for a Snow Dove inspired booty break.
Why?
just to make, like, after we get done talking about Barbie, I just want to have a booty break.
Dude, the booty break is right here in front of you.
You know, it would make everybody happy.
I don't have any clips for it, though. I'm sorry. I'm almost something, I guess. But I'll tell you this.
Yep.
A lot of girls that I've met over the years, they actually did play with Hot Wheels growing up.
Yeah, I did too.
A lot. That's just a surprising thing to me. I was like, okay, then.
No, I had both a full collection of Barbies, My Little Ponies, Hot Wheels, you name it, I had it.
Remember when you start? Remember when you get start? Wait a minute. Mattel wants to do a cinematic universe.
Mm-hmm.
Is
yes,
Monster High a part of it? Does that include Monster High?
Shoot, no.
Okay, because I remember when I first met you, Madge, you were really into Monster High. You were sad when it was kind of like that line was discontinued.
I still am, actually. I have some of the new series.
Mm-hmm.
And love it. They actually put some curves on them.
Okay.
Yeah, they no longer, looked thinner than a pencil.
You did not. You just got to the start, Dr. Afro. But we are watching. But if you're watching on YouTube or on Rumble,
Hi, Dr. Afro.
if you're watching on YouTube and on Rumble,
on,
you can
Dr. Afro?
definitely do that. And Dr. Afro, I saw the post you made. I really appreciate that. I'm glad you guys like me. Oh, by the way, did you get you? I forgot to show this. Do you guys want to see it? You guys want to see how it turned out? All right. 1 second. Ladies and gentlemen. And this got like 1.1K likes so far. Versus
Sweet.
Our co-host.
Keep it going.
This is one of our hosts. This is one of our hosts. This is Brianna. First time playing. We caught this at the right moment. I caught this at the right moment too. So, almost kind of looks like I tried to adjust it a bit so it doesn't look like the ball's about to fall right into her head. It's about to right hit her in the head or something. I had to take a shadow out here when it comes to that. But yes, this is the final illustration I did for Brianna. This one really took off. You really like this one, especially with the first WIP getting like 5K likes on Twitter. So yeah, my Twitter's blowing up. So if you guys, Twitter's been blowing up lately. So, but yes, really had fun with this one. And full time lapse of Brianna will be up on the channel this week, guaranteed. And I see Power 800. Thank you so much. And Dr. Afro says, "Oh yeah, getting another fan art from me." He saw that. He's like, "Yeah, I'm doing another one. You got a model sheet of her?" I do not. I probably need to make a model sheet. Looks like Johnny wants to get into it. Okay. Everybody wants to do Brianna fan art now. Okay. I will.
That's actually a fun full circle thing, you know? Because when you and I started hanging out, there was, what was it? You, Art Dog, and some of the other guys. You were all like drawing each other's characters.
Yeah, stuff like that. Exactly. So we got 3 people watching. We got over 63 views on Rumble, man. This is amazing.
Yeah, we got 7 in the YouTube chat. Related to the Barbie thing, I sent something to you on Twitter.
In the twats.
Yeah, I took this. I did one of those Barbie quiz things. You know, what would be your Barbie image? You're gonna love it.
I'm afraid of looking in there right now. All right,
You're gonna love it. I 100% got called out.
Wait. Your Madeline's Barbie versions. Every girl has a Barbie version. See yours. This is Madeline's Barbie version, so it's a black Ken.
Yeah, Barbie with a black Ken.
And you got called racist for that?
No, I feel slightly called out for that by this quiz.
I will be honest with you. I am not surprised. I am not surprised.
It was a Facebook thing. I had to share it to Instagram. I have no idea where it disappeared to. I'll totally put it on Twitter later because it is just too funny.
By the way, guys, it seems that Threads, their new platform, is kind of experiencing some growing pains now.
Well, I'm not surprised. People ran over to Threads and behaved like they do on Twitter, but because it's Instagram and Facebook based, you can't do the same stuff you can do on Twitter, so they get bounced.
Exactly. There's a lot of censorship on that platform apparently, and yeah, this will be interesting to kind of see how Threads really takes off.
Y'all got to remember, the Faceborg Collective don't like controversy.
Not really. No, they do not. They do not at all. So, what was that? What is that?
Sorry.
Okay, I thought that was Bruce sniggering back there.
It was probably that too.
Sniggering.
I forget how good this mic is.
By the way, Bandito, thank you for the member chat. He's been a CSF Nation member for 8 months, and he says, "Just shameless plug, my new Spider-Man vid is out on my channel." Nice. Anyway, so let's get into Pink and Plastic here. What? So the movie is out. The movie is out, and it is doing very well.
Very well.
It is doing very well. And I want to say good for them. Absolutely good. People were talking about, is this like the first, I hate saying this word. Is this the first get woke, get rich film? And I was like, I don't really see it as that, but okay. But it is doing well with, I think, over 110 million in this opening weekend. So we'll see how the second week, we'll see. A lot of it is, we'll see how it does, of course, in the second week. We'll see the second week box office numbers, but it seems that it's doing very well, and it has no competition coming. It has no competition for it has no competition in the following weekend, so that's going to be very interesting as well.
Its main competition really has been Oppenheimer.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say this about the Barbie movie. Mm-hmm. I had thorough enjoyment watching all of the press tours and everything related, because whoever coordinated this, I seriously want to go congratulate and shake their hand.
I know.
Every appearance. No, hear me out. Every appearance Margot Robbie did connected to this movie, she was dressed up exactly like a traditional Barbie doll, down to the very last detail.
They did a great job with that makeup.
That was beautiful.
They did a great job. I'm talking
like the movie premieres, interviews, every outfit she wore, down to the accessories, was identical to a classic Barbie doll.
I gotta give them props.
That is a level of detail that I seriously want to congratulate them on. So yeah, she wasn't just dressed up as actual Barbies in the movies, and yes, that was something that I do love. They brought out her in the bathing suit. That is the first Barbie doll.
Mm-hmm.
But again, all of the press tours is a Barbie doll outfit as well. Like an actual Barbie doll outfit. And I love it.
There was a lot of work that went into this. There's a lot of work that went into just on an artistic level and just on a production level. There's a lot of work that went into this. And you could tell that there was a lot of care and a lot of thought went into just the visual aesthetic of the film.
Mm-hmm. All of the characters are based off of actual dolls.
Yep. I even joked about it. It's like, is there even a pregnant Ken doll out there? Isn't there a pregnant Ken doll? I guess one of that. Yeah. But anyway, yes. But even for all of that, it's like, it seems interesting because from what the consensus from what I'm hearing is all that production work didn't really get into the actual writing of the film. It didn't really get into the message, I guess you could say. It seems that a lot more work was spent on that versus trying to create a fun family film. That's from what I'm getting. That's from the consensus I'm getting from a lot of people.
I've heard the opposite.
A lot of videos I've watched.
I mean, a lot of people. I've seen a lot of Sil Abdul, friend of mine, does movie reviews, and he is actually going to be talking about this on one of his channels. He went to go see it last week.
Mm-hmm.
And he, despite the fact he is, much like you guys, not at all a Barbie fan. He was going and expecting to hate it. He enjoyed it.
Right.
Because they didn't take themselves seriously. They knew what this movie was, and they had fun with it. Right down to, at one point, Barbie goes through this self-actualization process. And at one point in the movie, she's like, I don't feel pretty, and she's on the floor and being all depressed and all of that. And the movie pauses, and you hear a narrator's voice going, nope, to the director, this point would come across a lot better if you didn't cast Margot Robbie. Literally, that's in the movie.
So a little fourth wall breaking, in other words.
Absolutely. They have fun at themselves.
Right. And there was 2 specific reviews. One is you mentioned Steel's review, but there was a review from Aquaman that I found very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very interesting was that.
And why was that?
They loved this film and they enjoyed it unironically. The reason is because everybody's been talking about there's such this heavy anti-male, feminist agenda. Mm-hmm. And they said that it goes so over the top with it that it ends up becoming anti-feminist and they don't even realize it.
No, from what I understood, they did it on purpose.
They did it on purpose. So they took and in other words, they took jabs at themselves. But I'm not sure if Greta Gerwig, the director, probably realizes that, or some people probably don't realize that what they just did. So I think that they tried to do a message, and it sounds like they did a message, and they kind of basically told on themselves, or they kind of unironically basically made fun of their own cause. And they don't even realize it. There's some people probably don't even realize it too. Hey, Riot Kitty. I found that interesting because there's this it's like with a lot of stuff, I'm hearing 2 sides. I'm hearing 2 sides of the equation from all the reviews I'm listening to. And I'm kind of leaning on to the side that Aquaman was bringing up and the side that Sil was bringing up too. I'm kind of leaning on that side. Thank you, Riot. Thank you, Riot. We're working on Wendy right now, but I know that this is probably something that probably has no interest in anybody else, though. No, not everybody else is that much interested in it. Probably not. No.
I admit, originally I wasn't going to watch the movie.
Okay.
Despite the fact Barbie fan, all of that, I even have one I'm actually going to customize into a Mama Bear.
Mama Bear Barbie.
But
Mama
everything.
Bear Barbie. I think that could work.
Yeah, Mama Bear Barbie. I found the perfect one to do it. I mean, it is a curvy Barbie for starters. It would have to be if it was going to be me. And it has a unique face mold.
You guys don't want to know what I do with them. Sorry.
Behave, because I do have a black Ken that I haven't decided what to do with.
I'm just joking on the idea of a Makini Barbie.
I'm just saying.
I'm just joking on the idea of what I would have done with a Barbie.
You've got a black Ken doll, and I think that you could get some of this stuff. We call this stuff in the modeling world green stuff. You combine the yellow and the blue, and it turns green, and then you can mold and shape it however you want. So you can augment your Ken doll.
Oh, I already have stuff that I can do that with.
Okay.
No worries.
There we go.
I have a black Ken that I am planning on repainting because I love his sculpt, but the face paint they did on him is atrocious. So behave, because I haven't exactly figured out how I'm taking them.
The reason why I'm laughing because I have this idea of what if I would have done how I would have done a Barbie, and I'm like, oh god,
I believe your exact words was what I would do with a Mama Bear Barbie.
No, my exact words are what if I was to design a Barbie.
I believe she's right in front of us. That beautiful red hair.
That's not Barbie though.
Honestly, I had debated on drawing up a Barbie this week, but knowing that my crowd is mostly male,
you know what your co-host would do. Sorry.
I seriously debated on it though, but knowing that my YouTube crowd is mostly male, I didn't think that would be as big of a draw.
I'm not against Barbie. Let me say that.
I should just ask.
The toy is great.
You know what? Let me put this in the chat. Should I do a Barbie drawing stream at some point?
Whenever they can break it out on DVD.
Giggles. Just for shits and giggles.
Sure, DVD time.
Say it again.
Whenever it runs on the DVD.
Okay.
It's I am on the opposite side of Bruce. It is hot right now. It is Barbie everywhere. If you were going to do it right now, would be the perfect time.
Make a mockified Margot Robbie. America will love you.
That's right.
Why not?
I probably missed out that chance.
Hey, man.
Sorry guys, if it sounds like you hear that sound, that's probably come from my new. I did get a new phone. Right.
Actually, I believe that one was mine.
Oh, that was.
There
yours?
are some notifications I can't figure out how to turn the sound off of.
Okay, because it sounds like mine. I did get a new phone over the weekend, so it's.
Well, I'm just saying that I like Barbie for what she is, because there's a lot of my schoolmates, a lot of people I knew growing up that, like, they became adults because they learned how to deal with the Barbie stuff, and they had their conversations with their parents carry on into their playtime with their Barbie dolls, just like, you know, me and my friends. Some of the things we heard at the dinner table made it into our times when we were playing with our G.I. Joes or Legos or Star Wars figs. I don't want to look at this movie, and I don't verify it as a movie. This is a film I don't need to see. And if somebody else wants to throw money at it, by all means, go ahead and waste your film dollars, but I don't care. And it's nothing against really Margot Robbie or Gosling, but the director and scriptwriter, no, you can walk off a short bridge on a long walk.
Well, you want to just remember that the director, Greta Gerwig, you know, she's going to be working on Snow White. Yeah, she's going to be the director of Snow White. She's going to be the director of Snow White. Yes. No. Greta Gerwig is going to be the director on Disney Snow White in 2024. And you know what else? You know what other property that she's going to be doing for Netflix?
It's on Netflix, so
No. There's a property that she's going to be doing, a very popular property. You know what that is?
No.
Chronicles of Narnia.
The cultural termites just can't stay with one variety of wood. They've got to eat all the trees.
And something to keep in mind with Chronicles of Narnia, guys. That book, and I mentioned that, like, the original Narnia film, that came out at the same time that Harry Potter. Harry Potter was so popular that it spawned off different spin-offs. I don't know if you guys remember, of course, Percy Jackson. You guys
that's actually coming back too.
Well, Percy Jackson coming back. If you guys remember the Golden Compass, Narnia was around that time trying to catch in on the Harry Potter craze. And the thing is that Narnia has heavy Christian influences.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be interesting.
You can call it whatever you want. It's going to be a boiled turd.
Yeah.
I don't care what the fuck they do with it. I've got the books. I'm happy.
Exactly. Because they're going to take it out. You can guarantee that they're going to take all of that out. Almost a guarantee there. Now, it's interesting. We don't need another Chronicles of Narnia, and the movie's already let it die like Aragon.
Yeah, Aragon's best treatment was on riff tracks.
And Power says Makini's going to draw that one robot chicken one with Bratz that was chosen over Barbie.
Robot chicken is so much better than what we've got today.
Yes. I almost forgot about Bratz. I almost forgot about Bratz. It's like I skipped that over when I was bringing up Monster High. I think Bratz is part of Mattel. It's like the whole thing is like because they want to do Mattel wants to do a cinematic universe. Explain how that out with Universal in their dark universe or DC.
Same thing, same result.
Same results exactly. So they want to do the same thing, and I'm like, yeah, no, this isn't gonna work. That's not going to work. So we'll see how that goes out. But it's interesting with Barbie that we see a lot of stuff nowadays that like it's like this whole attack on femininity and such like that, and or I guess you could call it that, or just like this underlying subtext when it comes to femininity. And it's like Barbie is somehow say it again.
I'll 100% say there's an attack on femininity. There is an attack on both hypermasculinity and femininity.
Could you say Barbie is on the level of hyperfemininity in a way?
Classic Barbie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about in the film though?
I haven't seen the film.
Mm-hmm.
That is one of those things actually is on my list of getting to very shortly. Originally, like I said, I wasn't going to see it, but I'm curious about it.
It's not going to work. No, Johnny, that isn't going to work. So if they're going to do a fucking, oh God. Okay, listen to Mattel and to the any fucking geniuses in there. I know the next step of your little cinematic universe is Hot Wheels, and I'm going to say this right now. You have a dedicated fan base that is still clinging for more Excel racers. Shit. We know you're going to fuck Hot Wheels up real bad. And I will not see that, period. As somebody who just got back into collecting Hot Wheels again, like 2 years ago, I'm not interested.
Okay, let's at least wait till a trailer comes out. Let's not anticipate prematurely. Okay?
I'm going to. Sorry.
Hey, Ma,
given everything that's come out.
I am excited. Listen, you expect me, Levi, Chaos Hoy, and Turbo to just be up there at the Hot Wheels film? Just doing our review of it because subsequently, I guess
it'd be fun to watch.
Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 is coming out this October. I'm excited for it. I'm so excited.
Yeah, no, given everything that's happened cinematically, I can understand the hesitation. But we haven't even seen a trailer yet.
Okay, let me.
This could either go like the original Mortal Kombat movie, or this could go like Battleship.
DC.
I'm looking at related things.
We're gonna leave. Throwing it right back at you.
Yeah, we're gonna leave. The DC has been doing a great job of shooting themselves in the foot, and I stand by my comment the other week. I was a DC fan before they started all this nonsense. I'll be a DC fan when they send that Jack Hole back into his little white van and send him packing.
I'm throwing it right back at you. Just want this one to see. You know what? To be fair, Afro, with the Gran Turismo film, that is actually based on a true story. No joke. It is actually based on a true story. So, just putting that out there. And season 4 of Harley Quinn was announced.
Yay.
I mean, how am I supposed to react on this? Like,
I don't know how I'm supposed to react.
I mean, you're not going to bounce up and down giggling like a schoolgirl?
Do you really see Bruce bouncing up and down like Tom Cruise did on Oprah?
I don't know. The image is kind of funny in my head. Him going, yeah, I can't.
I'm sorry, Bruce. It's gonna be Karma, I know, right? It's gonna be Karma. It's gonna be Karma or Lonnie. It's gonna be the best part. But I'm placing bets. We'll bet on that, Johnny. We'll bet on that. Just my volume right now. It's like, just my there we go.
Bruce is gonna disown me soon.
Bruce, you there?
I'll be right back.
He's gonna go mad at. He's gonna go order a pizza and then get mad at it. Just watch. We're still waiting for that too. I think it's okay. Anyway, it's kind of funny thing that you brought that up because there's something else I want to bring up.
Mm-hmm.
There's something else I want to bring up. Okay, so you got the tweets up, right? Or you got the links right in the private chat.
I can't pull them up right now. My computer's kind of seizing.
Okay. Allow me to help. Okay.
Thank you. I can't move my mouse, so I can't even mute if I want to.
Okay, so since we're on the topic of gingers, because I'm drawing a ginger right now. So on the topic of gingers, and what are you drinking there, Bruce?
PBR.
Okay, better not be Bud Light.
No, I'm drinking a beer that's brewed here and made here in San Antonio.
Okay. Before we get fully into this, I see Power's comment of Bruce is 60 and can't date 40-year-olds as in movie characters. Twitter will be mad.
Yeah.
The general rule of thumb is half your age plus 7. So a 6-year-old dating a 40-year-old should be fine.
Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio, he keeps this narrow range between 18 and 19 and a quarter. And I'm pretty impressed he can do that. He can still
well here's the thing. Legendary actor Robert De Niro, he's still got plenty left in the tank apparently. Because he's 80 and he was able to impregnate a 20-year-old. I'm just saying. He's still got left in the tank.
I'm just saying.
Tank left, apparently. Yes.
I'm with you. There are some that he can tap it.
You still got it. You still got it. Apparently, I'm just saying. I ain't hating.
Y'all saw him in the recent Ghostbusters movie. He did not age.
Black
he looks
don't
fantastic.
Crack, y'all. Black don't crack. That's almost.
Some do.
I really like some actors.
I want to say
Margot Robbie. I can pass.
I want to bring up one thing. One of my coworkers in real life told me that I have a timeless look to me. Apparently,
you do.
That apparently I'm ageless. I'm in my early 30s, and I can still, and I still look young. That's one of the nicest things anybody's ever said to me. Apparently, that's right. Makini is ageless now. Just remember that. I'm ageless, y'all, so I can't.
No, but I will agree with you on the don't crack thing, because I worked with, when I was working in the kitchens, one of the waiters that worked with me, he was well into his 60s, probably close to 70. And we I think he was Big Daddy. Him and his crew, they all had nicknames. You could not tell his age, because he looked like he was in his late 30s, early 40s. Just he had a little bit of gray, that was it.
Exactly.
And the charm that man put on, yeah, he was a waiter, so he was living off tips, but he was living high off of the tips.
So basically me then, right?
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me if he was giving out a few tips too, just saying. He was a charmer and a good-looking man. There
you go.
That's the secret to
dangerous
having
combination.
a life where you're being paid for being
It is a
paid.
dangerous combination. It is a very dangerous combination.
For the record, I did not receive any tips from him in any form. For the record.
Unfortunately.
Coworkers. I don't do coworkers.
So unfortunately.
Mads, you were looking for a job and you got one.
Yeah, it's here, and I don't even pay y'all.
Why do you think I flirt with you mercilessly?
Exactly, because I don't even pay you to do that. I pay you to not do that.
Honey, you couldn't afford to pay me to not flirt.
Okay, now let's get into this. Listen. All right. So the second thing is, because I'm trying to weave all this into just kind of one coherent show of topics, one coherent stream of topics today, which we're not doing good at. But one of the things I very much am excited about this year
I love your power.
is what?
I can't highlight it. Power's killing me on the chat.
Johnny, no, I was not blushing. What are you talking, Johnny? What?
Wow.
Johnny, I've been doing that for 3 years.
Our chat's great.
What? Make it blush so hard the black turns red. What? I don't believe you for a second, young man. What?
That's my main complaint about him doing the digital thing. If you don't get to see his hands blush anymore.
What the fuck?
Okay.
That's great.
Okay. So anyway, one of the games that I'm looking forward to this year is Spider-Man 2. And from everything that I've seen, it looks fantastic. I am excited. I mentioned before that I loved the first game. I absolutely loved the first game, guys. It is absolutely fantastic. The first Spider-Man game for the PS4 is one of my favorite games, if not my favorite game of 2018. I played it multiple times over and over. Completed 100% on both New Game Plus, and it's just I still think it's one of the best interpretations of Peter Parker that we've had that we had in a long time. On top of that, the game really did itself justice by giving us a really, honestly, I still think the PS4 games are the best interpretations of Miles Morales that we've had, aside from the first Into the Spider-Verse film. I would argue aside from the first Into the Spider-Verse film. So the new game, which is going to be a PS5 exclusive, probably going to be on PC later on down the line. It's looking great. If you guys have not seen the PlayStation deep dive they did a couple months ago, was fantastic. It looks like they're picking up right where the first game left off. Harry is going to be Venom. I think it's going to be confirmation that Harry Osborn is going to be Venom, as what we kind of saw with at the teaser in the end of the first game. I'm very excited about that. It seems everybody's very excited about that. However, there was one little thing that people noticed. That did spark up discussions, and part of the reason why I wanted to bring this up specifically, because a lot of people have been talking about this lately, and a lot of people have been talking about this recently. So there's a couple of stills that people took, and they did a side-by-side comparison, like from how they look in the first game and how they look in the sequel. And I want to bear in mind, because I'm going to share the screen, I want you to bear in mind, guys, that Peter has had 3 different facelifts from the PS4 game to the PS5 remaster to the sequel. Peter has had the 3 most different facelifts, and I still prefer the first look just because it looks more like Peter, where he just seems to look younger and younger. through the remaster, through the remaster, and through the through the sequel.
Mm-hmm.
However, there are some other changes there that I wanted to notice, and this I want to share with you guys, and I want to get your guys' thoughts on this. So this is going to come up from a cavalcade of tweets that that we were bringing up, that I brought up in the private chat, and I brought up to other people, and I want to see what your guys' thoughts on this as well. And this is just one of a couple of the tweets that I want to share with you guys. So let's go and bring it out. All right, now, okay, let me go ahead and see. So, all right, so I'm getting the stream in. Now, I want to show you this. So, what you're looking at here is a side-by-side comparison of how Peter, Mary Jane, and Miles looks, and Miles who was in the spin-off game. How this is how they looked in the first iteration in the first game. Miles looks in his game. This is at the bottom. What you're seeing is how they look in the sequel right now. So I want to pinpoint a couple of things. I pinpoint a few things. Now, I mentioned before that Peter has had multiple facelifts. Peter has had multiple facelifts. And for this one, he just looks younger. He just continuously looks younger and younger. Miles looks almost about the same. Almost about the same. Although I do like the haircut. I really do like the haircut.
Yeah, I was thinking so. I prefer the face on the first one.
Mm-hmm.
But the hair is a definite improvement on the second.
Which that leaves us to the person in the middle. Mary Jane.
She looks better, I think.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, you can zoom in all you want, but I mean, I think her face looks better. Her hairstyle looks more natural, more like what I remember from the comic books.
Okay, here's the thing, though. This is how Peter looks in game, and this is how Mary Jane looks. She looks older than he does.
Listen,
she
Spider-Man
does look old. They're supposed to be around the same age.
They're supposed to
Peter
be.
Looks like he's 19. MJ looks like she's like Aunt May's age. No offense.
No. I'd say 20s. She looks like
and
she's
I
in her
say
20s.
this, and I say this as somebody who was kind of weirded out at first with how Aunt May was in the MCU film, despite the fact that yes, Marissa Tomei is fucking hot.
But she's 60 now, okay? There's a difference. Like, it's okay to be hot when you're 30. That's no problem. When you're hot when you're 60, when you're still there and people are like, I'm going to throw a baby in that, there's some people that can pull that off still.
I understand that, but if you look at the trailer, let's be honest here. Watch the trailer, guys. Tell me that does not look off. That Peter looks like he's 19 and Mary Jane looks like she's in her 40s. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it feels like it's a very big change, though. And people will say from one still, there are multiple stills here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not upset about this.
I think it's the underlying thing that kind of bothers me a little bit with this, though.
I wouldn't want to date a girl that's in her
teens.
But
they look like they're the same age. Don't you think that looks a little? Don't you think that
they
actually
should look
does
the same
look
age?
a
I
little?
agree. But
it doesn't look much the same
good.
age, though. I understand, and that's what I'm saying. It's just really weird that she somehow looks older.
This isn't the original Aunt May because that's not the original Spider-Man. That's Miles Morales.
It's Bruce. Do you understand what I'm saying? Bruce, do you understand what I'm saying? Though
I'm not understanding why you're tripping over the fact that the artist can't draw a young woman.
It's just consistency. It just feels like it's inconsistent. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, then
Yeah.
you're right. But I'm not going to trip over the fact that like she looks a little older than he does. And if they
Only a
played it on
little.
this-
Only a little.
if this game has
Only a little.
cutscene, so the game has a cutscene where Mary Jane puts her hand on Spider-Man's cheek and she's caressing him
Okay.
like, you are such a cute boy.
Okay. All right, hang on. I'm gonna bring this up.
Then I know what they're doing.
Okay, so I swear to God, I'm not trying to get copyright claim with this shit. Let's see. Let me find some really good showcase here. I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying there's an inconsistency here.
Oh, there is. We agree with you.
Look,
But
I don't have
care.
and there's a baby screaming outside right now. That's a Sorry. You guys don't hear that, do you?
No, I heard sirens earlier, but
Okay, that's
Yeah, the
good.
sounds from my end.
Okay, so I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying. Inconsistency. I just think there's a legitimate inconsistency going on here. Okay, if it sounds like I'm like throwing a fit, I'm not. I'm just pointing out it just feels weird because
looks
more and
younger
more
there.
they get into the real right. And I know we're gonna have this debate like from like to the cows come home. It just looks inconsistent. See, that is Peter. Why does Peter look like he's 19?
because
And
he's
MJ looks
19.
like she's at least in her 30s, if not even in her 40s.
I disagree with that, but okay.
Okay. What about you, Mats? If it's okay, let me be honest here. Does it sound like I'm clutching at straws? I'm just gasping at straws with this.
She doesn't look like young.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying in
Honestly,
comparison to the original. I'm saying in comparison to how she looks originally, though, because that's how she looks in the first game.
I'm not really seeing it personally.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think.
And if you want to trip over that mock, if you want to have an issue with it, that's completely.
I'm not trying to.
Legit, dude.
Yeah.
We're not going to agree on everything, and thank God for that.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone ages differently. Like, I can pull up a picture of me from high school, and
can I?
There's really not a huge difference.
Can I at least show you another tweet though? Because that's the face model. That's how she looks in the game. This is the face model they based it off of. Okay, in that sense, I'm probably grasping at straws because it looks kind of more accurate. It's so weird with the inconsistency for me. Okay, let me ask you in the chat.
Could they have picked a younger face model to base it off of? That's probably the issue.
Johnny says if they kept his first face, it wouldn't matter. And I think part of that was because of licensing issues they had with the original face model. I'm not bothered by it. I'm just wondering about the inconsistency here, just because. Just kind of weirded out by the inconsistency. Just from jumping from the first game to the next game, it's fine. But I know a lot of people say fine. You guys agree to disagree. We can agree to disagree on this one. It's just something is I don't know. I just see it as just kind of weird that just like you can keep a consistency. You can almost keep a consistent look with how Peter looks in the PS5 remaster, and the same thing with Miles. It's going to take a while to get used to, and I agree. Because one thing that I do appreciate is that they didn't tie her hair back. They gave her actual long hair locks, closely resemble Mary Jane.
Mm-hmm.
In the sequel, it's just for some reason it feels like it's I think that's what Johnny brings up, is that I think the problem was that they made Peter look younger when he's supposed to look much older. Because he looks like he's barely out of high school.
Mhm.
And that's why the dynamic, it just feels weirded out. So I think that's pretty much where I'm weirded out by that. And it's kind of where my issue is.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
I got that.
I got 30 years here.
Okay. No. If you got a counterpoint, go ahead with it. Go for it.
All right. So there I was, right there.
Look at that.
30 years
there.
ago
Look
this
at
year.
that.
Okay. And after some time and mild issues, but
Mild mannered.
Still trying to stay active. Not going to be as as I was.
Right.
But I'm telling you, like, things can happen. And some people will keep their youthful good looks for years.
Right.
Others will immediately start hitting a wall.
Right.
And you're going to bump into women. You're going to bump into men that in their early 20s, they're getting that Steve Martin graying look. And they're going to start getting like the freshman 15, freshman 50. And they're going to get
grays early.
So like, I'm telling you, just everybody has different ramps they go up. Nobody's body's the same. Nobody's genetics are going to be.
I understand that. It's just
my case in point is my case in point is Aunt May of the MCU is a 60-year-old woman that 30-year-olds are wanting to date her and put a baby in it.
It just doesn't make any sense. No matter how
I
hard
she was actually 60 in the MCU.
No, but I understand that, but it still just doesn't make any sense, though.
See, I completely disagree with the Spider-Man history timeline where every new Spider-Man product that's flopped in your hands at Walmart or Costco or Target, any one of those is you get Spider-Man at age 13 or at age 15 or at age 19. You never have 30-year-old Spider-Man with his first doctor's appointment. You never get the
you always get either the I stand by what I said, that I think the best years, in my humble opinion, or the best Spider-Man stories are at when he's out of high school.
Post college Spider-Man has not been fully explored yet.
No, because they're still sticking with the high school one.
There's like decades where we have had Spider-Man comics and lore and books and games.
Right. Okay. So
Johnny JP7 says something very, very true. If it hits PCs, the modding community already has her first job. First, they're going to de-age her. They're going to make her look like she's 16 and got braces. Second thing they're going to do, there's going to be another guy who's like, I'm going to pattern this one off of the girls off of Death by Snoo Snoo. And then the third guy's going to be like, no, I'm making this Mary Jane. She's going to be like the girls off of our thick or our breed material.
No, that's just me. This is probably just me. I did put a poll in the chat, guys. I'd like to hear from you guys.
I think you're able to disagree with it.
Right.
I think if you want to, you can. But I'll say this much about Master Race PC people.
Mm-hmm.
It took us 25 years. And we've got a Quake that you can play on Switch, PS4, Xbox 360, and you can do that. The modding community is amazing.
Yeah.
You've got people out there that are fixing games from 10 years ago. In 20 years, No Man's Sky is going to be an epic. You're not going to have that as a commercial product. But once they release it, people are going to get under the hood. People are going to fix it.
Yeah, they're going to go crazy with it.
So I wouldn't trip over this.
I know, and I know, and I did put it. I just let people know in the chat if I was overblowing it a bit. I see an inconsistency. I don't hate the redesign at all because like I remember points. I just find it weird that it just looks inconsistent compared to how Peter looks, where Peter somehow looks younger
Should
than
we have
her.
taken the face model and gotten her 16-year-old high school photo and used that as the?
I'm just saying, could have at least somewhat kept with the original face model, or at least kept with what they had.
Okay,
And it's just not that
Mark?
deep, and I agree. Say it again.
Maki, you play this game. Bruce and I don't.
Right, and I'll definitely will.
Yeah, and
Yes.
I'm gonna,
PS5 first.
like this week, Quake has been out for 2 years on the 25th anniversary series. I just now put in the work. This was Sunday of last week where I beat the damn game, all 4 DLCs. Now I'm going through the unofficial add-ons that they're curating at no charge, just throwing it in there. Here, play this. Here, play this. Here, play this. Here, play this. It took me 2 years.
Okay.
Because Nightmare's a bitch.
Right, and I think this isn't, and I agree with Johnny. I think it's not that deep, and I agree. I totally agree with you on that. I think in this case we can just agree to disagree, which is
Agree to disagree.
That's honestly the first time we've ever had that on Makini Live in a long time, haven't we?
But what I mean
that we disagree on that we usually a lot of times we tend to kind of agree on the same spots, but well, no, I disagree. No, I'm wrong on that. I think I would say that a lot of times it's me and Mads that disagrees a lot on Makini Live. We disagree.
We
a lot,
all
and
have had
we'll
our
those
moments.
discussions. This is the first time I've disagreed with Bruce.
But I mean, no matter what they do with their property, I'm not going to buy it. Probably,
Right.
I might get a Spider-Man game, but I probably won't.
Right.
You know, it's not my wheelhouse. Spider-Man is a great comic. It's a good comic to get your kid. Not the new comics. Get the old comics. Get the old omnibuses.
I understand that. I'm just saying, Bruce.
But it's not something that I ever, even in my 20s when the Tobey Maguire movies came out, I was not inspired to go out and buy Spider-Man comics. Now, when Daredevil hit in 2002, that was the one I was inspired to delve into, to go read, because I love Matt Murdock. I thought his stories were much better than Peter Parker's. And I know that I'm a very, jaded person, but I just like Matt Murdock's version of New York. I liked his world that he dealt with. It was so much better for me than what I wanted to watch with Spider-Man and Peter Parker. No offense.
Right. Totally. So I can totally understand with that. It's just, I think it's a very interesting discussion. I think it's something we're going to get into a little more down the line. But however, I do think there's something that I do think is underlying.
Can I ask you on a related question before we get off this topic?
Okay.
When MCU Iron Man was being introduced for the Spider-Man film, and you have hot Aunt May coming in on screen, how did you feel about that?
I was weirded out.
Why were you weirded out?
I say this as a longtime Spider-Man fan. I was like, even if we're dealing with a Peter in his high school years, she just looked too young to be Aunt May, honestly.
Okay. I don't have a problem with hot Aunt May.
I didn't have a problem with it in general. It was just weirded me out at first, just because it just didn't make sense to me.
I think she's the perfect actress to play her.
And I say this, and I said this because, and keep this in mind, we were coming off of Amazing Spider-Man 2, or the Amazing Spider-Man, in which Andrew Garfield was supposed to be Peter in high school, and they had Sally Fields plays Aunt May, who I thought was absolutely perfect. It was almost just spitting image of that. I know.
Sally Field was in her day before the wall, before the dark times.
Oh my god!
And Sally Field was a beautiful, attractive, adorable woman. There's a point where she won, I believe, an Academy or an Oscar, and she was in disbelief when she gets on stage. And she looked so cute. She was in this huge dress, and she didn't know what to think or say. She didn't think she'd be on camera, not full length, not full gown like that. And she just couldn't contain it.
Shut up,
She's
Johnny.
like, you really like me. You really like me.
Okay.
And she was going nuts. And then whenever she turned up as Andrew Garfield's Aunt May, I'm like, that's holy shit, that's Sally Field. And I remembered she got older too. She didn't stay the same age. And yeah, she was in Forrest Gump. I saw her die as an old woman in that film. But you're having the same moment that I had with Sally Field when Marissa Tomei is playing Aunt May. Because I remember my first introduction to her was in the passenger seat of a very, very nice GM vehicle. Smoking the Bandit touched me in all the right places. I love that film. I think if you ever watch that, you'll understand where I'm coming from.
Okay, so
Marissa Tomei is good as Aunt May.
Exactly. It just weirded me out. It was just weirding me out at first. It just didn't make any sense. But as time went on, it started to kind of. It just.
Okay, I'm just gonna put in a counter argument here. Because
to mine or to Bruce, or to both of us.
Take your pick. Just about the Marissa Tomei Aunt May.
Okay, go.
I was actually happy to see it, considering how young Peter looked in the MCU. And I'm coming at this as an aunt. My nephew was born in 1999, so it's a similar. I'm looking at that like it's a similar age gap, where that Aunt May looks like she's at 40-ish, and it's a reasonable visual age aunt-wise to Peter,
right?
Versus how we traditionally see Aunt May,
right. Okay,
and I liked that change of pace as somebody who is an aunt to somebody roughly that Peter's age.
Right.
Growing up, we had the Amazing Spider-Man and Spider-Friends, and the Aunt May that was on the cartoons looked a lot like this lady right here. This is Rosemary Harris, the lady who was in the 3 films.
Yes.
And she looked like she walked right off the comics.
Yes.
Exactly. Not only that, but the 90s cartoon as well.
So well with the casting.
Oh, yeah. It was spot on. Absolutely spot on. So, okay. So we'll put a bow on that. We'll agree to disagree. It was just, I saw a lot of discussions regarding that. I think it seemed to kind of weird me out and just kind of weird. And I know some people were kind of weirded out too.
And that's fine.
And I see. Oh, right. And it's just
that's fine if it weirds you out, though. Like there are other people that agree with you.
It's just
I have never been for playing Spider-Man games, but this is an IP that you thoroughly enjoy.
And this is an IP I cherish.
It's okay for it to weird you out. Yeah.
Now, we're going to switch IPs, though. And the reason I want to bring this up, just because I do see that there is some kind of underlying thing going on, regarding what I'm seeing in gaming. And what I want, and I really want to just try to people just hear me out and just try to leave me a chance to explain. And I know there's probably going to be a lot of counter arguments to it. There is going to be definitely a lot of counter arguments. I'm trying to find the photos too. And I still can't find it because there's a comparison that I'm trying to look for and I cannot find it. I'm trying to find it, and I still can't find it. It's because there's a good comparison. It's a comparison. There was a couple photos that showed the face models of characters like Aloy and how they look in game.
Okay.
Let me see if I can try to find it. Give me 1 minute, guys, because we're gonna bring up I'm gonna bring this up in regards to the next topic. Thank you all so much for being here, guys. Regardless of if you're on YouTube or on Twitch, please share that stream out. Step on that like button, guys. I would really would appreciate that. And you guys have been absolutely just freaking just amazing. And thank you to everybody in this chat for the really good discussions that are going on. And not only just here, but in other games too. So in other talks too. Now, there's one that I want to bring up in regards to another franchise who had another trailer come out. Another trailer come out. I had to take a photo of this just because it's just so weird to me. Okay, I found a photo of it. I had to take a screen cap of it just so I can use that as an example. So, all right, now another trailer that came out was this. I think it was more of a story trailer for Mortal Kombat 1. So for the next iteration in the Mortal Kombat franchise, they're taking it all the way back to where it all started. Now, it is a different timeline. It is a different timeline and such, and they're showing off different timelines and such like that. And
so that's why you were talking like that before the show.
What do you mean?
No, I just we were arguing about Tanya, and I'm like, she wasn't in Mortal Kombat 1, not in 1993. And you're like, she's in Mortal Kombat 1.
This is a different timeline.
They're going on the Xbox fucking numerology.
Well, it's Roman numerology, but no. What I'm saying is there is a and the reason I want to bring this up is because Dante's rant room, good friend of the channel, he brought up a specific tweet up, and I wanted to bring this up here. And this one I thought was interesting for discussion. So, all right, you guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Okay, so let's bring up. So let me switch over to. Oh, sorry. Let me switch over. Let's switch over to the get hear me loud. Okay, now this is what I want to share with you guys. So, I can understand what you guys are saying. I can totally understand what you guys are saying. This is how Tanya looked in. Let me bring this up. So they showcase a bunch of new characters. Li Mei is one. We got further info specifically with Melina, which is one character everybody's very excited about. And for me personally, I do like how everybody looks. And however, there is one for discussion that I've noticed around a lot of places that people are bringing up, and that is specifically with Tanya. So let me bring this up. So this is how she looked in Mortal Kombat 4, right? Let me bring up this tweet here, and I thought this was interesting. You can see how she looked through Mortal Kombat 4, through the PS2 era Deadly Alliance. You can see how she looks. That's how she looks in the remake. I'll get some more photos of it. This is how she looks. If you look at the side-by-side comparison.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There was definite some discussion regarding this. So what are your thoughts? And just kind of this little like side-by-side comparison. Just kind of how she looks in the original games, or in the original 4 games, how she looks in the MK1 reboot. Your thoughts?
It's
What?
just a this is like a typical Melanie Mac video where she gets upset where somebody's uglied up yet another icon in gaming.
So
I
you
mean,
think so?
that's what they do.
Okay, Matt,
I like the outfit.
I do too, and I actually
Cute
like the
outfit.
dreads too.
Yeah. I'm struggling with the current version of CGI faces.
Right. Or this
Or
more approach for
whatever it
real,
is that they do for
or you could
these
say,
games.
or you could say more approach to more realism and more uncanny valley. I guess you could say, right?
Yeah, spot on. I'm struggling with it hard. Like with the Spider-Man game, the Suicide Squad game that is
Oh, don't get me started on that shit.
ever going to get out. They all have that same, even the bear one we talked about, they all have that same style that it might be an
Trying to go for realism.
uncanny valley thing. They're trying to go for realism, and it's not hitting it for me.
It's not hitting it for me. Like, I don't mind the look. I really don't mind the look. I don't mind the dreads and everything. However, that face isn't doing it for me. And Johnny Cage said that. Johnny Cage brought that up early in the show today. That face just simply is not doing it for him, and I think it's not working. Now,
for me, it's across the board.
It's across the board.
Like, it's across the board for me. I like the designs of all of it, but until you get to the faces of the characters.
And that you can argue the same with MK11 then, right? Because they tried to go for realism and it was almost like a downgrade. The face isn't working for me. And here's something interesting, because this is how she looked in MKX.
Mm-hmm.
I think you should have kept the glowing eyes. When you kind of look at the double thing, and someone says it's like, she's like, yeah, but she's also a Dinian. The reason I bring this up was that there was a lot of discussion because, of course, they want to bring in, because people want to bring in race. People want to bring in race. I'm like, people can criticize a design and not have to factor a race into it. In fact, there was, I don't know which tweet I saw that was, but I strongly disagreed with this, because the most beautiful render ever. Okay, I'll stop.
Love you,
No,
Sean.
no. Hey, Sean, how's it going, man? Let me explain. Let me explain.
Knock yourself out.
Tweet I found earlier that was like, I was like, this makes perfect sense because black women are just naturally ugly, and I strongly disagree with that. In fact, we went into a whole thing with that last week, didn't we, Mads and Bruce?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm throwing that out the window. But because when people were saying that, you know, they do not like how the design, they do not like how you look at, people are claiming them racist. I saw this on Dante's tweet, by the way. I saw this on Dante's tweet. Same damn thing. This one right here. There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of that. It's just, there's nothing racist about it. It's just that you can criticize a design. It's just, it's not a good design. It's not she's ugly, so she's black. It's just that she's absolutely ugly. In fact, to every people who want to throw the race card, especially at me, because I can hit you back. One, I'm black, so I can say this, and it does. And race isn't the factor. Two, let me throw you in here. This is the face model that they could have went with. This is the actress. This is the actress of the actual model. But they went out of their way to botch this. This is Cherish Booth. She is gorgeous. She is gorgeous.
Absolutely.
You could have stuck with this, but you went with this. I'm sorry. I know that's probably not the best photo. I'm just saying, guys, it feels like there's a botch. It feels like it feels like with the rendering, with the mocaps, like you could use the actual actors you based it, who's doing and she's doing the actual voiceover. They could have just based it straight off of her. It would have been absolutely stunning. Okay? That's my second proof. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, both Power and Sean are absolutely dropping, absolute bombs in the chat.
Go for it.
And I am 100% agreeing with Sean here. And listen, American video game companies don't know beauty. They make everything look worse. And that was my point earlier. That across the board, what they're doing with the faces in these video games is completely off-putting for me.
Gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. I'm gonna show you.
Power says the model looks like she could be her sister. Also, who's saying black women are naturally ugly? If that's their defense mechanism, then that's irrational.
It's completely.
And I will completely second that. Yeah, if that is your automatic response, I'm going to take it that bit further. If that's your automatic response, your ist is showing.
Yep. Here's my third defense, and this one was from Average 5 Enjoyer on Twitter, who made a really great point. Absolutely excellent point. People who want to let these artists get away with these ugly black woman designs are the reason we keep getting them, because they know they can do the bare minimum and hide behind "you guys are racist." If Riot and Japanese artists can do this, is Senna from League of Legends. Let's add on to it. This is Dolores from King of Fighters 15. Master Raven from Tekken.
Yep.
I forgot what her name was from Samurai Showdown. This is Dorothy from Samurai Showdown. Do I need to reiterate what I said last week? Do I need to reiterate what I said last week? Japan can do this. Japan can do this. No problem. And Western developers can pull this off. I will top this out. I was able to do that last week with Brianna. I just showed y'all Brianna earlier in the show. Guys, I'm serious when I say this. Why is it that you can be able to create beautiful female characters of any other race in any game, but when it's a black female character, it's like a different skill set, or it's like a different difficulty level. And that's what I was trying to explain last week. That's what I was trying to explain. That's why I said the whole I'm all for I'm all for equality of fan service. You can do this for all races here.
Yep.
So don't give me any excuse like this. You can't get away with this and just cry racism. If they can be able to pull stuff like this off, then there's no excuse. If you can't even stick close to the freaking render and am I proving my point here? Let me explain this.
Yeah. I mean, she's hot.
I've shown examples last week of my own work of Brianna, of Bubblegum. So that's my defense, and that's my excuse here. You can't change. This is too damn radical. I'm sorry. It's just something about the faces is off. And let me bring this up, and I'm gonna get into a deeper discussion with this. Okay, so let's get right into it. Thank you guys so much for being here, guys. Again, please step on that like button, share stream out, because I am going to stumble and fall trying to explain my case here. There is, in my opinion, and I've seen this for the past couple of years, and I think a lot of people are starting to see this more in the past couple of years. In my is that there seems to be this different standard when it regards to female characters in video games compared to males, and it was part of the reason why I wanted to bring on Arwen and try to bring on Dante for this, because you have and I think one good example is Mortal Kombat 11, because you have guys who are cut to the nines, buffed out, watered out. And you can see his other games. It's totally fine. Why can't we do the same? Why is it silly? Why is it like you can't have that for both genders, you know? That's what I'm noticing in these past couple of, that's what I've been noticing in this past couple of years. Not only that, it's something I've been noticing this past summer, this entire past couple of months. Like let's be honest here. This is the exact same thing I've been covering for the past couple of episodes of Makini Live. Instances like this. And my problem is that with everything with Skullgirls, with this, with that, with everything we cover, there's this genuine erasure. I do believe that there is a genuine erasure of femininity. And I think it's becoming more and more apparent. In that you can't do a side that if you go break it down to a side-by-side comparison of, say, and I'm gonna bring this up. I'm gonna go ahead and bring this next thing up, because I took this from Kyle's video, and I took a screen cap because this was kind of the photo that I was looking for. Where is it? Shit, where is it? Oh, damn it, where is it? Shit, where is it? Okay, here it is. Okay, because we only got like 50 minutes left, so we got about another hour left. So I'm gonna bring this up.
Hey, grumpy old ninja.
Hey, grumpy. All right, this is what I was looking for.
Hey, grumpy.
This is what I was looking for the entire time. So we saw this with the Fable controversy, right? We bring this up with Horizon, such like that. You see a lot of these models. This is the original model, face model, the original voice actress, the original motion capture. The reason I bring this up, because I do think that there is an underlying theme that they can't stay true, that with all this technology that we do have. And I know we're going to get into discussion with Mary Jane again. Let's leave it at that. Just let me explain, okay? Let me explain. There's this. It's a pattern I've noticed. That for some reason is that you look at the technology we're in, right? You're able to render so much more. PCs who can be able to PCs that can process more, consoles that are able to do so much more to rival that of PCs. We're able to bring in graphics. Graphics that are just mind-blowing stuff. It's like it's hard to disseminate fiction from reality sometimes. What's on screen and what isn't real. Why did I bring this up? Is because I see there's an underlying pattern. And I've noticed that a lot lately. I think this is a design decision. I mean this. I mean this. And if it sounds like I'm blowing smoke up my ass, I probably am. But this is what I'm seeing.
Yep.
And this is, and to me, I do have a problem with this. Because you look at the girls on the left, and those are supposed to be how they're rendered in game. Don't you think this is done intentionally? Do you guys think that this is done intentionally? I'm asking the chat. I'm asking my co-host. Do you look at this side by side? Do you think that this is probably done intentionally?
There are no coincidences.
Matt, you?
You see what I'm talking about? What I've been talking about, though.
Yes.
Across the board, these are creepy.
Mm-hmm. But it's not just that. It's like you could have just modeled it after. You could have just, and we're seeing this with a lot of games. It's like you're just uglifying them up for ideological reasons.
Whatever reason, it ain't
or
hitting.
for whatever reason.
Art Attack, you're right, comrade. You're right, comrade. Everyone is beautiful. There's no agenda.
Okay, let me be real here. Do I sound crazy for believing this? Does it sound like a conspiracy theory?
No.
That ESG money, bro.
Yeah, this is an ESG money.
No, because seriously, they are taking these fantastic looking women, and
by the way, Sarah,
a lot of this stuff
could on the top right. That's
a lot of this stuff could be.
Sorry.
Yeah, like that one. Yeah, that you're on right now.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a face of a creepypasta. It's unsettling.
Yes. And I think it's just that and with some of the examples I've shown, to kind of counteract earlier, those games are stylized. Do I think it's a problem that do I think it's a problem that's like, okay, we can't do, are people afraid to do realism? Are people afraid to be realistic? Are people afraid to just, is there some underlying ideological message that, or underlying ideological thing that they cannot do this right?
If I don't make Laura Croft hot.
I'm going to bring this up. And Kyle always brings this up. This is AI. This is an AI version of Tanya. This is just AI. How better does that look?
We don't have new AI. We have the old photo. All 8 girls.
Senna. People are bringing up examples in the comments. This is on purpose. Let's bring this up. Hang on. We got more. I forgot who she was. She's from Road Company. Tell me I'm not wrong. Please, go ahead. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm a conspiracy theory. Tell me all this BS. I feel like something like this is done on purpose. And I'm seeing it more and more with new games that are coming out. And I'm not tying it to just, being realism, because it's like you can do this with male characters in a realistic approach, and yet that's totally fine. However, it's not fine when it's on the other side. That's what I'm saying, that there's a bias, and there's almost an ideological bias. And this is the kind of shit that I fight for, honestly. I'm not gonna lie when I tell you that. This is the hill I'm willing to die on. Shit like this is the hill I'm willing to die on. So I know. Let me take this. I'm sorry. Let me take this. Let me take this photo off. But hopefully I prove my point, and hopefully I can explain why I do what I do here. But to just kind of break things even more into detail, am I being clear on what I'm trying to explain here?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not a listen, I don't work with 3D. I'm not an animator. I'm nothing. Okay. But every time I see something like that, it's just like, okay, you can't. Why is it that we can why you have to purposely uglify specifically women in video games? Not just, and it's happening and it's underlying. And so it's underlying things, and it happens whenever you see games that try to go for a realism angle, or trying to tie this to say, tie this for a modern audience, I guess you could say. There's no such thing as modern audience is a fucking lie. But there's an underlying subtext that you have to. It's like you can't stay close to the voice. You can't stay close to their original captions. You have to change it in some way. Do I sound wrong? Am I wrong in that? Am I?
Yeah, you're more right than what you want to think, but I can't talk about it too much because then we go into a political channel.
Mm-hmm. And you see why I give games like Street Fighter 6 so much praise. When it's like they can do better, they can do this easily, not have a problem with it. And it's not an issue, and it's not. And especially when you're trying to go realism here, like, come on, guys.
Did you ever see that space flight simulator game called Chorus?
No.
Okay, I did like a preview of it on my channel about 2.5 years ago, 2 years ago, and it was kind of edgy.
Mm-hmm.
The BS from the game trailer was edgy as hell. And then they show the female, and she looks like one of those bastardized ugly kids from that panel of women you just had up there, one half the ugly ones. And then she would cross that with the kid off of Toy Story 1 that kept modifying his toys in the backyard. Yeah. Yeah, she looked like she was like, hit with an ugly stick repeatedly. And the entire game was just agenda driven. Like you could tell there was a serious agenda to it. And they had no concern about hiding it. It was just right there out in the open. Not even trying to disguise it. And it was not a very well received game. The script sucked. The people said, yeah, the game's kind of pretty, but I got to wait. I can't skip these cinematics, and I don't want to look at this girl anymore. It's supposed to be a space flight game. You fly around a bunch of odd things in space. You blow up stuff. You drop bombs on big cruisers. It's a simple thing. It's the Last Starfighter Part 2 or whatever. But they, instead of going the route where they said, we want money from consumers, they said, we want money from ESG. And they clicked all the boxes they could. They hit all the boxes so hard. All the dog whistles were blown over here. I mean, the neighborhood would not shut up. And it was just pathetic. And all this shit, all of this is it's endemic in society now. All you can do is hope that they don't get subsidized to take your tax dollars to help the struggling companies, AAA companies like EA and other miserable companies that made some horrible games, bad agendas that have ruined franchises. All we can do is stop them from making bad games again. So that means you don't buy them. You don't even take review copies. You're shutting up about them, and you let them starve. Have them spend their money for PR. Have them spend their money to be on the front page of Steam or the PlayStation 4 store. You don't let these guys have an opportunity to promote their BS, because then they'll think they did something right, and they're going to hire more idiots like the losers they are and work on a sequel or another game, or they'll do a remake of the game they just did because they're not imaginative. And the best thing you can do, you don't even review copies of it. You just let it die. Let it just shh. It doesn't matter what Kotaku or Polygon said. Those guys are paid for and bought already. What matters is what your friendly local reviewer says. What matters is, if you've got a FLGS, a friendly local GameStop, that they're good friends with you, you tell them, listen, I know you're not a mom and pop, but could you please not buy so many copies of this because it will not sell?
Right.
That would be the best thing for you. And talk about things that are good. Talk about good games. Talk about Dead Cells.
Right.
Say, I just got a really good comic. It's called Isom. It's part of the.
We're going to get into that. We are going to get into that.
Oh, that would be a nice segue, wouldn't it? $2 million. Oh wait, did I say that aloud?
Not to mention the SDCC appearance as well. Oh,
I just want video of the SDCC appearance. I just want to see that. I want to see the man.
Oh, he's got a lot of people. People been posting photos of up and bringing the Rippaverse to SDCC, and it's an absolute insane. It's awesome, and we're gonna get into a specific blowback that it caused me to speak up. You effed up when you get me to quote tweet you. So and by the way, Isom is 2 million strong in the wake of the writer's strike or the Screen Actors Guild, the SAG after the whole strike. If you want to get into that discussion, it's interesting to say the least. So,
I don't think they'd be where they were at if they were making movies you wanted to watch.
You probably have a point. You probably have a point. You probably have a point with that. Well, I'm not really doing good. This is kind of an awkward episode so far. There's one thing I do want to bring up, and this will be the last topic we go into, and then we're going to spend the rest of the time working on this. Okay. So, like I said, you done effed up if you're getting me to quote tweet you. Shall I set the stage first?
What exactly? Where was it at?
It was on Twitter, the wonderful land called Twitter, and we're gonna start with this motherfucker. We're gonna start with this punk ass. Sorry. Let's go ahead and get I might get a little livid. I might get a little bit. So we're gonna start with with the success of the Rippaverse and all that stuff. There's a lot of detractors, right? There's a lot of people detracted. Eric July has a lot of detractors. This is a special one here. So we start with this Rippaverse detractor that's been I've been seeing popping up last week, and he's full of it because he can't speak for dead people. He can't, because he tried to say that Stan Lee wouldn't have supported. It's like, yeah, you have no idea. You don't know that. You don't know that. So he says Eric July in his own words, and he's embracing Kyle Rittenhouse. And this is for GSCC Comics to honor and have an outright panel booth disgusting and outright cruel. First off, motherfucker, why are you bringing that in? So you were deliberately trying to hurt his business, because CGCC, they do signatures. They do special signature series at SDCC, and he spends a lot of time. Eric July was up there on Friday he was doing special signatures for fans who came up there who brought up ISOM, brought the books to get it signed. So this MFer gonna bring up the whole Rittenhouse thing. And yes, he is a part of the Blaze. Yes, Eric July is a part of the Blaze and such like that. So what? What does that have to matter? What does that have to do with anything?
This guy's part of the Blaze?
Yes, Eric July is part of Blaze TV.
Oh.
He collabs with Blaze TV. Yeah,
Yeah.
he collabs with Blaze TV many times. And he has photo with Rittenhouse. He has Rittenhouse and all that shit.
No, I remember when he was doing stuff with John Stossel. Just
Right.
amazing journalism commentary there.
Now, here's where we brought something very very interesting, and he's full of shit. So yeah, you want to drive the traffic up, but you're pathetic. So but we had a very specific tweet from one Tony Isabella, who says, "Come on, CGC and Comic-Con, you can do better than empowering an unsavory person like this. Jack Kirby would have punched him out." And by the way, who is Tony Isabella? He's the creator of Black Lightning at DC Comics.
I gotta ask, like the Guardians of the Galaxy Part 1, when the bounty hunter says, "Who?"
Yeah.
Who? Who's
So
this guy?
we have a comic professional basically saying, not wanting to have any of them do business with Eric July,
I don't want to have
and
anybody
basically
that I don't like.
saying,
It's Hitler.
that Jackie Kirby would have punched him out.
Everybody I don't like is Hitler.
And hang on a second. And here's the best part. Eric July comes into the tweet, says, "Would you like to discuss this?" And this is his reply. "Not the least. Your denial of existence of validity. Not in the slightest. Your denial and existence of validity of trans kids is enough to tell me I don't need to communicate with you any further." And then he proceeds to block him.
Yeah.
So instead, you want to snipe and go after our partners and vendors. "I'm against mutilation of children. Minors are unable to consent, and it is evil to do such irreversible damage of it if you find it repugnant." So let me. So I'm not going to get into that debate because that is not what this channel is about. But this behavior isn't, because he got blocked. Because Eric got blocked by this coward. And this coward got ratioed, or this coward got quote tweeted to oblivion. And it caused me, when you say something like this, it caused me to actually quote tweet your stupid ass. You can see Etherman Skyver, everybody else quote tweeting. This was my response. Hang on a second. This is my response. "So you're advocating for him to not have a platform and take his business away. And when he asks you to back up your claims, you decide to turn tail and block him. How do you know what Jack Kirby would have acted like if he ever met Eric July? And this is sad and pathetic. Jefferson Price would be ashamed."
Mm-hmm.
Real name. That's Black Lightning's real name, Jefferson Price. Pierce. Okay, I messed up. But
It's
still
okay.
get the point, right? So, comments, thoughts? Because this is cowardly behavior.
It is.
From a comic pro.
From anybody, really.
Mm-hmm.
I
And to
expect this sort of
insinuate...
I expect this on Twitter.
I expect that, yeah. And
Yeah.
to insinuate that Jack Kirby would have punched him, like, do you actually know what Jack Kirby would... It's like you make it seem like you knew what Jack Kirby was like back in the day. You wouldn't know what Stan Lee was like back in the day. Wrong.
It's amazing, all of these people on Twitter who know these iconic people who created some of the most beloved characters that we know today. And that they can know these people so deeply that they can, without a moments of hesitation, say that this is exactly what they would do.
Yeah, ad hominems and such like that.
And then when asked to back up their claims, they block. I mean, really, when in those moments when you block somebody after trolling them, you're doing nothing but, the equivalent of trying to cut out their tongue. And what was it? Was it Game of Thrones? I believe it was.
You cut out my tongue.
By cutting out someone's tongue, you are not saying that they are wrong. Merely that you are afraid of their words. Congratulations, you played yourself.
Yeah, this person's a pathetic excuse.
And Grumpy has been putting a fantastic hashtag. Punks jump up to get beat down.
Exactly. So I wanted to share that because apparently, because I'm expecting to get blocked by this idiot, but man, it's probably not going to happen. So, but yeah, using a dead man, some kind of using a dead man is basically your kind of excuse here, or some kind of justification. You're just a scumbag.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So, as we are reaching 30 minutes out, because I am going to, because I do need to get stuff I need to do it too. So we're going to wrap it up in about 30 minutes time. Yeah, there was a lot to come off of this and a lot to just kind of bring up. And a lot of this stuff is stuff that, I talk about, stuff that I want to talk about, stuff that I feel like I have a personal dog in the fight. Especially with what I brought up earlier. It's just because it's something that maybe not many people see, but it's something that I definitely see.
Yeah, and that's important to you. That's all that matters. Okay.
Right. And
I don't see it because for me, like I said, all of these modern video game characters that are designed under this same image, they're all off-putting to me. Like in that game,
we try to go for realism, and it just
Peter Parker, Miles, Harry looked really wrong. They're unsettling for me.
Okay.
Hmm?
That's fair. That's fair.
All of them look unsettling to me.
Right.
The fact that you can look past that and see the finer details, mad impressed on that one. Like I'm waiting for them to join Andrew and try climbing out of the computer and attack me.
Like it's the eyebrows, isn't it? It's
actually, I think it's the teeth.
It's just bro, Grumpy, this is not Mary Jane. It's not Mary Jane. Oh, wait. No, it's just from a design. I feel like this is like, you could have the most realistic graphics out there, but you can't have it. A lot of this is just from a design stylistic, and like I said, ideological bias, ideological point of view here. It's like you're not allowed to. Like, I remember seeing old video game. I remember people were posting up old ads from magazines, and it's like, those are back in the days where it was actually fun. Like, they were showing old ads for like the first 3 Tomb Raider games, and it's like, yeah, that was back when it was actually fun to advertise. And now it's just like, you can't make anything like, you can't make an advertisement like that anymore. It doesn't work in this current times. it doesn't fly through, and it's just that's the same sentiment that I'm getting. That's the same sentiment that I'm getting with what I'm seeing now, not just in video games, but just in different forms of media and such like that. And it's specifically with Western media. It's as much as I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about that. It really is with Western media that I have the big problem with. It's just this Western sensibilities. That's why I'm so against this whole modern audience crap. I'm strongly.
Sean did say it earlier, and he was point on about it. I'd have to look, see if I can scroll back for that. But yeah,
it's just I don't know. I guess your overall thoughts here, because I think the underlying theme here is that beauty is skin deep. It's subjective. But that's what I'm seeing here. In regards to the examples I brought up, I feel like that's not what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing that this is almost ideological. Because we brought up examples. We brought up examples with Tanya. I was like, you have an actual voice. You have the voice actor who's willing to be able to render and do they're doing the voice actor for the character, but you went out of your way to bring a different model for that, and just like it's almost done on purpose. With those 4 examples I've showed up, it's like you can't stick close to the original. You can't stick close to the original voice actors or the original models you're trying to rig your characters off of. And that's why I say this is done on purpose. This is why I say it's done with, like I said, an ideological stint. So, I mean, but the thing is that we're gonna see more and more of this. And to be quite honest with you, I don't want to have to keep repeating myself every Sunday, because it's going to be the same talking points every time. I really don't want to have to do that, because this kind of shit, it just it doesn't work. It ain't gonna work. People are going to start picking this up. People are going to start noticing. Say it again.
I said, welcome to Clown World.
Yeah. Regular normies, all this stuff, they're going to start noticing it every time, Oh, man. Beauty subjective. Art is one thing that comrades must destroy to bring down society. All 3 other powers combined can't win toe-to-toe with ideology, so their only weapon is left to them. Left to them. So yeah, final thoughts. I guess final thoughts on the table. Go ahead.
I just think that this summarizes everything we're experiencing right now.
I go to UCSB and I also bartend.
Oh, what's this? Why you guys show that, dude? Why do you have to show that?
Because that is 2023. Right there. They're trying to parade that. They're trying to parade that as hot. They're trying to parade that. That is everything this year is. All the things that you hold dear. All the norms that we grew up with. All the pillars of normalcy that were stable, that were structurally sound, have to be demolished. Those have to be gone. Instead, Gorlak the Destroyer is going to be the new health and fitness model of 2023.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. But it's like you can see that where it's like I think it just comes down to back to the whole over sexualization thing. It's like that happens both ways, and it's only a problem because you make it a problem. Whereas you don't get to speak for probably the hundreds of thousands of women who probably don't have a problem with it. You're not the arbiter. You are not the arbiter. You're not the arbiter, and that you want to be. You want to have those standards, and it's like no, that's just how people are.
Well,
I've said that as humans, people like things that are visually appealing to them. As humans, we like what's visually appealing to us. And that's why I fight for. That's the thing I fight for. That's why I draw what I draw. You know? To me, that's my expression. To me, that's, you know, to me, that's my fight, man. Because you can't just be living your life just not being able to create what you want to create without having to worry about over your shoulder if this person is going to be offended or that person is going to be offended, if it's going to be over sexualized or you're going to be called a P word or something like that. It's like, no. And there's nothing toxic about that too. You create patriarchy and all this stuff, and yet you profit off of it. You're in no position to talk. Plain and simple. Mads was sneering. Mads was laughing.
look at.
I can't say my comment out loud.
Put it in a private chat.
I'm going to.
Okay. I'm just saying you can't profit that, and it's like the same people who cry over sexualization are the same people who will happily promote stuff like TikTok, like the TikTok girls and such like that. It's like say that's empowering. It's like, no, there's clearly ultimately there's a double standard. There is a double standard, and it's becoming more and more blatant when you think about it.
I'm going to leave April 1st alone. They can keep it.
We already know what happened April 1st, right?
It's April Fool's Day.
Yeah, it's also the day that basically the day that basically killed Bud Light because everybody thought that was an April Fool's joke.
I think we're winning, man. I think people that have common sense are winning. I mean, Jason Aldean's got the #1 song on iTunes.
Oh yeah,
you got Bud Light and Tarjay that are spinning out of control on their stock prices with really not a good end in sight. You've got
Disney's on fire.
Yeah, you've got the dumpster fire that's in movies right now. A lot of people might be seeing the Barbie movie this weekend, but there's a lot more that aren't. Okay, more people would want to watch Oppenheimer or just watch anything but what's new and fresh out of.
Sorry, 1 second. 1 second. Sorry about that. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Sorry, y'all. Connection issues there, Matt?
I don't hear Mads.
We need to get her a new PC. And listen, to the people who are just discovering me, especially on the Rumble side of things, I'm pretty milquetoast when it comes to stuff like it comes to opinions like this. But in some cases, I'm passionate when I'm passionate, and you can tell in my voice when I'm passionate about stuff. And this is what I'm passionate about. Just because I don't want to see, or I don't want to feel people. I don't want to see people get ashamed for this. I don't want to see people be censored for this. This is what part of it is why I advocate this war is I don't want to see censorship. You know, I don't want to see stuff just changed ideologically just because it's going to offend somebody. It's general kind of statement there for me, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
It's just in general. So let's see. So, oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I'm yawning. It's fine. We got 18 minutes. We got 18 minutes of the show left, so 18 minutes of the show left. So, let's take a moment. I want to get right into this. So, and this is probably will be like the segment where we can focus on something positive. You know what I mean? This is probably be my segment where I can actually focus on something positive, and that is this right here. So, oh, I know what you're talking about, man. We're not gonna go there.
You understand why I can't say it out loud?
Oh yeah,
live stream.
I love it, Grumpy. I love it, brother.
What?
No, what Grumpy just said. You know, he's kind of scared about the Barbie movie if it makes $1 billion, which is kind of nuts. We're both hoping it has a massive drop off next weekend. And if it doesn't have a massive drop off, it's going to restart the fake woke wanky agenda. And that's precisely what's going to be going down.
That's not going to happen.
I think
restart that. And not with the SAG-AFTRA. Not with the whole SAG-AFTRA. Everybody's striking.
Restart?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be.
You're assuming that ever stopped.
That's true.
I have been hanging around, YouTube and Twitter for quite a long time, and I can tell you flat out that there will always be people who will completely lose their ish when there is a female-led production and cry woke, whether it's genuine or not.
Yep. I know that because I used to be like that too.
We both. I don't even need to say names. You and I are thinking of the exact same people.
Hey, we used to be like that. We all used to be like that. And, time changes, Time changes and such like that. So that's, I'm become much more reasonable at this. But also, part of this is
the end of the day, it doesn't matter if it's. Sorry, I'll let you finish in a second. The end of the day, it doesn't matter if it's woke, if it's racism. If you're looking for it, you're going to find it.
And you could probably argue with a lot of stuff that we saw that I was showcasing here. I was probably looking for it.
Sometimes.
It was just that I went back down to feel like, as I can speak about this till the cows come home, but that's not what I want to fight against. That's not what I'm fighting against. In reality, this is what I'm struggling for. This is what I want to fight for, is freedom of expression.
Yeah.
Not only seeing that in just, just here, but just in general. And not be afraid to put something like this and not be, talked down upon because it's over sexualized or something like that. I stand by it. I stand by what I draw. I stand by stuff like this, and this is stuff I try to push. This is why I fight for, just because I don't like seeing like that. I don't like seeing that kind of. I don't like seeing that kind of creativity and that kind of just expression. Just, I've been demonized too much. I feel like I've been demonized too much over the years, and I'm just like, fuck this. I'm done with it. That's why. Hence why I had to match. Hence why on yesterday's Snow Dub, I had to make sure that, like, if he's gonna put out booty breaks and such like that, I'm gonna match him with my own. And I have no shame in that. I have no fucking shame in that, because to me, that's just expressing. To me, this is something I absolutely love doing, and I don't care. And you don't care about how people. I really don't care how people think of that. I'm done trying to cater to everybody's whims, and honestly, people who stuck with me, people who love this, they stick with me. They want to see more of it. and they want to see you improve. They want to see you express yourself and not feel like you're just, in this jumbled up yarn of emotions that you can't get out. I know you guys come here for the art, and I want to start getting back more into focusing on that. It's just that, I can't help it, but I can't help it. There's some things here, and I feel like I feel like my show here on YouTube, this is probably the best place where I can actually speak my mind about it and air my thoughts, and just be like, walk away from, speak my mind, air my thoughts about it, and then just, walk away and just let it go. It's like, okay, let it go. I've said my piece. I'm not going to. You should only cater to limit your customers because they like your stuff. Yeah, exactly. You don't cater to psychos. You don't cater to Twitter. You cater to people who actually buy it and people who actually support your stuff. So I do this for, all this. This is for my channel members here. And what I want to share is something I'm happy about. So what you guys are seeing here is a tutorial that the artist that I based my cel shading style off of. And I put the tweet. I put the tweet. If you guys scroll up earlier, I did put the link to their to the Twitter post where you can see the tutorial and check it out yourself. And honestly, I'm going to be honest. I highly advise everybody to do it. I advise everybody to at least try this step-by-step tutorial, because they did it, and I think it's either in Paint Tool Sci or Photoshop, but this can be applied to Clip Studio Paint. So, but I've been trying to study this step-by-step using Wendy, because I was inspired by another thing I retweeted, and so far I'm loving it. So far, I'm loving this process because it feels like I'm becoming much more efficient now. I'm becoming much more quicker about it. However, this is going to take some getting used to, because I got to understand how to separate warm colors from cool colors, how to split my layers up, and even learn how to clip, which I'm still struggling with. Learn how to make a layer mask. Learning how to make a layer mask and such to get those same exact effects. And for this cel shaded approach, I've been using it for I've been working with this style for about a month now. I'm loving it, and I'm good to see that the audience is really built an audience. It feels like I've built an audience who loves this specific cel shade style. And for me personally, I'm gonna keep working on this until I can get it right, until I can be able to, nail it here. And I feel like in one way, Sean said I found a mentor in that, with that tutorial. So I'm gonna study the hell out of this. Until we can really get to close to what the work that they do, until it matches that quality, And like I said, the tweet is up. The tweet is earlier in the chat. If you guys want, guys, I will post the tweet up one more time, so that way you guys can see it yourselves, and that way you guys that way you guys can try it yourself. And I really would advise everybody who is doing digital, anybody who is digital, try it out step by step and see how that works for you.
Why don't you drop it in the description?
I just did.
Yep.
Just put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. There you go. But I'm so happy I discovered this on Friday, and I want to learn. So, but anyway, you can go through an airbrush. I never did. That's the funny thing is, like, I've took classes in just basic Photoshop, but I never took classes in like stuff like this. I never airbrushed or anything. So
I did.
This is all. So a lot of this is probably new to me. A lot of this is probably familiar with me. I do need to probably find. I probably do need to find a better soft brush or a better way to to do softened brush effects and such like that. But with everything else, doing the tones here and just trying to study and pick it up left and right, it's like I'm getting an understanding of it. I mean that. I do think I'm getting an understanding of it. Let's see, that's what I was missing. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna keep working on this. I keep working on this. I think I am about 8 to 10 hours on this right now. 8 to 10 hours on Wendy, and I think I'll probably spend another couple more hours, especially with the background, because the backgrounds was really people really like the Rihanna illustration. The freaking Laura piece, which by the way, guys, I'm making that Laura illustration. I'm making that for all tiers because I was really proud of that one. I was really proud of how that one turned out. So stay tuned for that, guys. Stay tuned for that. Just plenty of content coming out this coming week. I don't think I'll be able to get back on to the sketch diary. I'll try. I will try, but I might have to push that back out. But I have like 3 videos I need to make this week anyway. So I need to start punting them all out, and I need to start pumping them all out, and we'll get to that. But tonight I will be on Twitch, so I'll be back on Twitch. We'll be doing the finale of Most Wanted, so that means I need to make another prologue. I need to get to another prologue. But in the meantime,
considering OBS decided that you need to do it,
that was weird. I don't understand. It was absolutely effed up. So anyway, guys, if there's anything, hopefully you guys took something out of today's show. Hopefully you guys took something to kind of take home to think about and just kind of understand. It's just like, and listen, guys, we're going to agree to disagree on a lot of things. I probably might have overblown it on Mary Jane's kind of design in the second game. It just weirded out to me. However, I don't think I'm overblowing it on just the underlying subtext of what's going on when it comes to designing characters, specifically female characters and such like that. So.
I think they are definitely I just think there's an agenda in the beauty department when it comes to the female characters.
I think it's and I think it's done on purpose. I feel it's done on purpose.
But seriously, male and female, there's something about these designs, it weirds me out.
Right.
I know the teeth is a part of it. It's not. It's not just the teeth. There is something about the faces. They weird me out.
Well, it's just a realistic angle. When you try to get something that's realistic, it's not stylized. You know what I mean? Where it goes into an uncanny valley.
And you're probably right on target with that. That it is definitely getting into that uncanny valley feature.
Mm-hmm.
It's creepy for me.
Right.
And I say that as somebody who falls asleep listening to creepypastas. It's creepy.
Yeah.
Well, creepypastas exist to entertain and to maybe enlighten, or maybe even like on the down low, like try to alert people, hey, there's something going on that somebody's not wanting to talk about. And that's creepypastas. But it's another thing entirely when you have psychological studies showing how people can be invested one moment and then in the next scene with a Starbucks cup in plain view, they're done with Game of Thrones. They're done. They're not wanting to watch any more of it.
It takes you right out.
And
is that what you're saying?
It could be right. It could be just a real life Starbucks cup on set, or it could be the miserable CGI of Stage 5 MCU. Take your pick. What is the lack of care? It's a lack of care, a lack of concern, maybe a disregard of budget. And
absolutely, Ronnie G. Thank you for being here.
Grumpy, a creepypasta is typically an internet bedtime story designed to possibly titillate, but most likely kind of scare you, give you a couple jump scares, and after that, it's over. It's like Bigfoot or UFO stories or shit like that.
They're like those. They're like those campfire stories. They are intentionally a little creepy, sometimes scary. Some of the popular ones are ritual ones where it's how to contact the dead or interact or get some sort of bonus, but it always has a horrifying side effect if you lose. And yeah, they are intentionally creepy, scary stories. But I also do find that a lot of the guys that read them, particularly in the channels that I frequent, have these most soothing voices. And I know it's a little weird that I fall asleep to it, but I'm not the only
Look for Cameron
one.
Buckner or Dixie Cryptid, Mads.
Grumpy, think Slenderman just with the actual going out and stabbing someone for it.
Oh yeah, there's lots of Slenderman stories, Siren Head. Some of them. I actually one I do follow. A couple I follow. Lighthouse stories. Creepy Oz is one I have followed since their early days, and they struggled to get monetized for the very thing a lot of people we know are getting demonetized for.
Reuse content.
Yeah, they accused him of reused content. And he almost packed in the bags on that one. He did eventually, yes, he did get monetized. Most of his stuff now is Australian stories, and he has a second channel called the Eastern Vale, where it's a lot of Filipino, Chinese, Japanese. They have fascinating monster stories. Horror fanfic, basically.
To say the least.
Yeah.
We could talk for hours on this. I have a feeling, Mads.
I won't lie. I have tossed the idea multiple times over the many years I've been doing this about doing up a creepypasta channel myself. I wouldn't even know where to start though.
Well, I was streaming yesterday. We had a 8-hour, 40-minute D&D session, Pathfinder, whatever. We had a very long session, and about 6 hours of it was actually game, dice, dramatic rolls, trying to figure out where the party's going to go next. What are you doing? What are you buying? And it was kind of slow. I didn't have a lot of viewers, which I'm not trying to farm over here, but it was slow because the party has been beaten up on, and they're starting to doubt their effectiveness on the risk versus reward ratio. And as I was doing that, a friend of mine said he'd just been demonetized because of him using reused content. And then another friend of mine that does live plays as well, he got demonetized because of language at the table. And just what was said at my table yesterday, hell, out of my own mouth, I'm pretty certain it's very, very quickly approaching where I will just throw YouTube off. All right, goodbye, 12 years of content. You can sit here and be an archive, and that's fine. But I will go to Rumble for my new content because Rumble doesn't care. They want you to go watch and participate over there, and they're willing to pay you for it.
And guess what?
You're watching this on Rumble too.
I was one of your first watchers on Rumble.
And Cavitano, you're absolutely right. Aswangs are awesomely creepy.
By the way, guys, yes, I have been watching this on Rumble. We've had at least 3 to 4 people consistently throughout today's show. So I really appreciate that. So give a round of applause. So let's give a round of applause to our Rumble audience, regardless if you're commenting or not commenting. So yeah. So yeah. Okay, guys, calm down. Not that big of a deal. Come on, man. Anyway, guys, yes, I am on Rumble. I'm going to start being more. What, Becky? What?
Becky, look.
The legendary hair has arrived.
Say again.
The man whose hair was once used to save the Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh my God, it's him. What? Oh my God!
The person whose hair inspired Rapunzel in the movie.
Is that the one, the only, the Culture of Casino, ladies and gentlemen? Culture Casino in the chat, y'all.
Hello, Culture. How you doing, sir?
I feel not weird. I feel like he deserves a round of applause here. You got standing ovation, y'all. Okay. If we let them go, they're gonna give Culture a standing ovation. A 7-minute, like at a Cannes Film Festival here. So anyway, thank y'all everybody for being here, regardless if you're watching on YouTube or on Rumble. I really appreciate you all for being here. You guys have been absolutely amazing. I'm hoping that you guys get something out of today's discussion. Again, I know it was kind of a little convoluted, not being able to kind of link everything together with today's topics, but I think it's very important to really just kind of bring this up, just because fucking hell, man, beauty is skin deep, and femininity is demonized. It's demonized to in a way, in my opinion, it's demonized to an alarming degree. In a way, it's very alarming.
Mm-hmm.
So that being said, let's go ahead and go around the horn, ladies and gentlemen. First up, our feminine.
Not that horn.
Oh, feminine side, Matt's MamaBear. See, what this is that the reason we have Mads, we have Mads here is so that nobody can call us sexist.
It's not a sausage fest.
That too, but really, it's just so you're our shield here. You.
This is true. You're not the only one that have said that.
Thank you, Culture.
Also, she's the absolute representation of the fact that yes, I do the spicy, and guess what? I have a female fan base for it. Women love it.
He has a very heavily female fan base.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to ask. So, did the legends stay true?
About Culture?
No, because you were on Snowdub's channel last night.
Yes. What legend? What legend? What are you talking about?
Well, for anyone that hasn't seen it, after the show, go watch it. They were debating as to whether he was just a hand-like thing from the Addams Family. So he put his.
Oh yeah. No.
So he did the face reveal.
I'm the real deal, guys. You guys should be just used to it now. Yes, I show my face on occasions. No, it's not a talking hand like the monsters or some shit, okay? No, it's the real deal.
Yeah.
Besides, even if I did a face reveal, I probably would have been censored anyway. I gotta get that on. Anyway, what do you got, Mads? What you got for us?
Yesterday I did another afternoon art cafe. I'm just switching it up to Mama Bear's Art Cafe. Just so I can keep the time movable. And thanks to the fantastic people in the chat, and I will do a big shout out to Megatron for this one. Because I walked in with no clue. I was completely uninspired beyond one picture I saw on Pinterest. And when I started drawing it out, Megatron's like, that would make a great casual outfit for Raven. I didn't get all the way through it, so I will be continuing that one some point this week. And I am loving it so much. I am probably going to continue with the idea of doing a casual superhero thing, kind of like Disney bounding, but for DC. So we'll call it DC bounding.
Nice.
And beyond that, anywhere else I'm going to be, pay attention to my community chat. A reminder, I am doing afternoons for July, and it may just keep continuing in the afternoons.
Is it because you found it's because I think you found your you found your spot there.
Maybe there's a few faces that would show up in the mornings that I kind of miss seeing, but
The afternoons are where it's
yeah. I am better at a better mindset in the afternoon than I am in the very early morning. I'm not a morning person. Never have been.
Well, then I figured out where I spend.
I would be a morning person if I was on your end of the world.
Enjoy being 3 hours behind.
I already am
That's
3 hours
almost it.
behind, basically. I am not an Eastern Standard Time Zone morning person.
I know I gotta bring back Makini in the morning. I know we got to bring back Makini in the morning at some point, but
You're working in the mornings.
Yeah.
You
That's one thing
secure
to do.
your income first. Worry about this. Worry about hobby second. When hobby take over,
I know. That's what I'm thinking. I'm trying a Saturday morning show at least, so that way.
Yep.
Anyway,
and as a reminder, go watch my playlists, please.
Get her watch hours up. So
her watch hours. You guys get the watch hours up for Mads MamaBear. She can be monetized with Google AdSense, but more important, she could have access to those nice little super chats, which really aren't bad. Stream elements might be a little better for you, hun. And if you can put yourself out there for two locations like Rumble, which offers to take nothing.
You just need 10. You just need 10 followers.
10 subscribers.
You can start monetizing.
And 100%.
I need to look into Rumble.
Yeah, from what I remember, you just need 10 followers, and then you can start monetizing.
And you got that in the bag.
Okay, I do want to double check the details on Rumble, because not all platforms play the same for Canadians. So I just need to double check things.
I believe it's only 10 followers for Rumble.
It's one of the reasons why I never went to TikTok, because what's the point?
I can't see you become like an NPC, like one of those NPC. I don't know if you saw those NPC TikTok girls.
Honestly, on it like a VTuber.
Oh, NPC TikTok.
No,
you never seen that, have you?
I've seen the point. I think I know what you're talking about.
You know. I'm gonna show it to you. Hang on. I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna show it to you. Hang on. Go ahead, Bruce. Bruce, go ahead. Go ahead and do your outro. I'm gonna look for one of these. One of these here. I'm gonna share it to you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Bruce Lombardo. I've had this YouTube channel for a few years. Also stream on Rumble and a few other savory locations that are really nice to me. I do implore that if you like miniature gaming, if you like game theory, and if you really want to get into nitty-gritty of the culture war from our perspective, come give my channel a follow. We do live streams on Monday night with Janet from Another Planet, where we discuss movies. This week's movie of the week is going to be Cutthroat Island from 1995. Gina Davis film, which I'm a big fan of Gina Davis, despite what her politics are. Thursday nights, I have a council of dungeon masters that we have a combined total of about 85 years of rolling dice and playing a game behind the scenes. And so we give a lot of what works for us advice out that. And this week we will be discussing one of our friends running a game for us on the last 2 sessions, and we're going to critique that. That should be interesting. And then every other Saturday, yesterday was one of those Saturdays, I run a Pathfinder game, mostly by the core rulebook, that alone. And that's been going on for the past 3 years. If you know anything about Pathfinder, the players are around 13th level, and they've played probably, I'd say, close to 250 to 270 hours of gameplay. And the newest person in that table has been in the game for over a year, and that'd be Miss Janet, which she has no idea what role-playing games are. She still calls the D20, she still calls this the golf ball one. So I'm pretty okay with that because she games and she really enjoys the game, and she's got into her character. She just got into the terminology of it, and she's reading through the books and trying to get a grasp of it because it hasn't been part of her culture since until I came along. So I'm pretty happy to be part of that. And we're watching a normal person go through the stages of being a gamer. The first stage is introduction. Second stage is they start becoming a power gamer, trying to figure out how to optimize, how to make the best class race combo, what spells to do in what order, etc. So it's been a lot of fun. Anyway, my name is Bruce, and if you like what I do, but you don't really like me, then you can watch me on every Sunday with Makini 90, and you can give money to him, and you should. Or on Tuesday nights, I'm part of the panel with Nick Weiser, 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser, and we discuss toxic masculinity in movies. And we'll be kicking that back off in about another 3 weeks. Thank you.
Bruce, I want to congratulate you.
What?
You did a longer outro than I did. You somehow were able to make an outro longer than me. Okay. Anyway, I want to apologize in advance, everyone. I want to apologize because your brain is going to be fried, or you're going to lose brain cells every waking second you see this clip, and I apologize. But Mads, this is what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. Take your in. Oh, thank you, Samantha. This is so cool. Take your cat in. Take your meals. Take your I'm ready. Gang. Oh, thank you, baby. This is for you. Take your cash. Take your killer.
Is that a marshmallow? Crunchy corn. Yum! Kitty paws. Pumpkin. Yum!
They don't even act like human beings. They act like actual NPCs. Yes, this is a thing.
How long have you known me for? I couldn't make that face if I wanted to.
but you actually have human. You're able to display human emotions.
She looks like
I have practiced very hard at displaying human emotions.
She's got that look on her face. You know, the look is actually send me your super chats, pay pig. But what it really is the super car salesman when he smells blood in the water when you're on the lot looking at the Pontiacs.
Yeah, and everybody's doing it on TikTok. Hence why this is one of the reasons why I don't go on TikTok.
Yeah, no, that I could never do that because even if I wanted to, you guys know the first time somebody cute and chocolate showed up in the chat, I would completely break character.
You would break out of character immediately.
I'd be going from non-player character to how you doing, baby?
The funny thing is that there's a TikTok of a girl who acts like an actual NPC. Like they had to actually practice to act like an actual NPC that you would see out of like Fallout.
I was like, that's amazing.
It takes a lot
Yeah,
of
no.
work and disappointment to get those dead eyes.
Yes. And you have and Mads.
Oh, dead eyes I can
have
do
dead eyes.
easy. I lived with my ex for a long time. I can pull dead eyes, no problem.
For a long period of time, though. Yeah.
I mean, if that's popular, that completely explains Barbenheimer that's going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
It completely explains it.
Anyway, so that is it. I'll try not to have. I'm just make this quick, guys. I got videos coming out this week, so just get ready for that. Maki Sketch Diary will probably be pushed back to next Monday. We stream on Twitch tonight. I'm on Rumble, guys. Let's get to 10 followers soon so I can start monetizing the hell out of those videos, and I'll be moving forward. Makini Live will be dual streamed to YouTube and to Rumble so that my Rumble audience is there. By the way, Rumble account is in the description below, and in the pinned comment is my Rumble page, my Rumble video page. If you guys want to check that out, and I want to say thank you to everybody who's been watching on Rumble. We've had upwards up to 5 people watching this whole time. We have nearly 60. We have 69 views on that live stream. Yes, we've reached 69 views on Rumble. Can we get a nice, please? So there you go. There you go. Yes. So congratulations there. We've hit 69 views on Rumble. There we go. Anyway, yes, I agree. There's one clip did not show her break character and yell at her child while jumping on the couch. I remember seeing that. Anyway, guys. This is Wendy. This is Gravity Falls. I should have this done by tomorrow or so because I'm pretty much about done here. And like I said, guys, I recommend everyone to try out. If you are digital, try out that tutorial and try it out step by step and see if that works for you. Because I'm gonna try to make this work for me because I did base off the cel-shading style off of it. So see if that tickles your fancy as well. So. But anyway, Wendy will be for my representative tier members. And how did you? What was the? I want to ask Power what was the dead giveaway? Power, what was the giveaway? So this one will be for representative tier members. Laura's going to be for all tiers. Brianna's going to be for resident tier, and then I still have one more illustration to do left, and that is for the monthly poll drawing, and that's going to be for all tiers with different variations, as you can see. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here, guys. I will see you guys tonight on Twitch. There goes me. If you guys can, please step on that like button, share the stream out. If you guys are brand new, hit that subscribe button. We're working our way to 1,500 before the end of this year. And if you guys want to support me further and be a part of the 41 other people to get exclusive art drops each month, become a channel member by joining the CSF Nation for as little as $1 a month. We are trying to get to 50 consecutive members by the end of the year. We are at 46, if I'm correct. I think we're at 46 as of last week. So I want to say thank you to all my new channel members. You guys have been absolutely amazing, and hopefully more will jump in on soon. And to all the new members, you guys will be a part of this month's Term 10 art drop. And which brings me up to one more thing I want to announce, guys. There will not be a Term 11 next month, September. Term 11 is going to be pushed to October. The reason is because I'm taking a month off from the channel member work. Plus, I announced it last night. on Soto's channel. I will be doing commissions. I will be opening up commissions again in August. In August, I will be opening up commissions again. Term 11 will start back up in September. So stay tuned for that, guys. I know people have been asking. The wait is finally over. I'll tell them real soon. I'll probably only have limited slots. I will only have limited slots available, though. I will only have limited slots available just because of my workload and because of the pace that I have with the work that I do. So
Just be ready. It's going to be first come, first serve. So just be ready for that. Stay tuned for that. Keep an eye on my socials. Keep an eye on the community page, and you'll know when. So anyway, we're going to get out of here, guys. Got some work to do. And thank you, everybody, for being here. Hope you guys got something to learn. Hope you guys, I mean that when I say, I hope you guys, with every show that we do here, on every episode that we do here in Makini Live, I hope you guys learned something from it. I hope you guys learned something coming out of this show's over. So, and I hope we continue to, I'll promise next week, we're going to stick close to the art this time. Next week, we're just going to focus on more of the art, less on trying to get topics out and such like that. So anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. There you go. Say this first. So for Bruce Lombardo, Matt's MamaBear, I am Makini 90 Arts German Illustrated. Thank you for tuning in to the greatest Sunday afternoon art show on YouTube, Makini Live. And until next time, take care, much love, and as I always say, never stop drawing. Bye, everyone. Just one more thing to let you guys know. The member list is officially updated in both descriptions and in the outro. And stay tuned for the outro because you're going to have a huge belly laugh too. Anyway, thank you guys. See you guys later. Bye, y'all. Makini Live is filmed before a live studio audience.
Makini Live is a Makini Draws production in association with Channel 90 Television and is distributed by CSF Nation Domestic Television Distribution. I was trying to hold myself from laughing.